Alright, I think we're live. I'll message the Discord, we'll give it a minute, let some people join. Alright, there we go. Alright, what's everyone saying today? Let's check out what's going on in the Bitcoin chart. Let's get up the dominance. Still breaking out. Some of the altcoins are already going back down. NIR's capitulating. Tron, FitFi. I swear FitFi was in the profit today. Maybe not. Alright, got a couple of viewers. What's up, everyone? I'm just gonna give it a minute or so, let some people join. Wonder how Luna's doing. God, this is dead. I have to zoom in pretty hard on this. My God, how far do I have to zoom? This is, yeah, this pretty much looks dead. Yeah, nail in the coffin. Luna's going to zero. What's everyone saying? What's everyone saying? Apologies for the streaming quality. I'm getting a new PC in the next week. My PC is on its last legs right now. Nada, hello, what's up? What's up, my friend? How you doing? How's the quality of the stream doing? Because my YouTube says it's lower than recommended. Is the stream laggy? What is this? I don't know what the hell this is. It's not even new either. It's literally just pumping out of nowhere. $B. That's oh, it actually started at $1. Weird. I'm just going through random coins. Does anyone have any altcoin requests? Luna looks like it's literally on its last legs right now. Depending on how you draw this could have already broken bearish. Well, obviously it's already bearish, but don't know what these horizontal rays are. What's going on here? Oh, a circle. Yeah, this is pretty much done out. I've never seen EMAs fall like that. Or I have, but it's been a while. That is absolutely brutal. I wonder what the Luna community is saying right now. Or should I type in Terra? It's not like I follow them anyway. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what their Twitter's called. Here we go. What's up, Sad Pepe? What's up, Soren? What's up, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, I'll probably slaughter it, but what's up, man in the suit? Thoughts on Ape? Check the XY, monthly time frame, nasty candle this month. What, a nasty candle was in nasty for the Bitcoin market? It's okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, what do we want to check? So, Ape and the dollar. What's up, Maximus? How's it going? Alright, we've got a few people in. So, buying more Bitcoin. Yeah, I've been buying so much Bitcoin in the past week. I literally haven't bought any altcoins right now, so yeah, let's check out the first request. Let's see what's going on with Ape, and then we'll check out the dollar. So I'll pull up one of these. Luna is literally dead. Ape. I've got a few charts, so I need to figure out which one I want to run from. All of the fibs have been deleted off my charts though, because we're literally in a capitulation event. Obviously we've taken out everything, so there's no more trend lines on this, unfortunately. To be honest, you've already taken this out, and the 1.6 is in the minuses, so once again, another Fibonacci that I will have to remove from the screen. I don't think we'd ever be coming... Well, I think this would be literally minus like $10 or something, so yeah, that's obviously never going to happen. What other fibs we've got from this low to this high? Is that going to be too brutal? Yeah, that's going to be way too brutal. Candle body close, because this was kind of a blow off top. We don't have many places where we can really bounce over on Ape, which is unfortunate. Apart from these fibs, so from this low to this high, you really need to hold your 618. It kind of looks like we're falling out of this pattern already. I would definitely say the trend is your friend with Ape. If we look at the 4 hour, zoom out, I think, no, we didn't actually get out on this one. I keep on confusing this with GMT and KNC because both of the charts look very similar, and I entered in trades for all of those. But we took profits at 20, so I have to remember now. I think it was from this high to this low, and I think we got 27 up here. 23.27, or I think when we drew it as 23.70. But we're obviously all the way below there now. Since we flipped bearish, 4 hourly EMAs perfectly define the trend. You can see every single time we capitulate, we come into these EMA ribbons and once again get rejected. And we're really consolidating right now. 4 hourly time frame. It looks like we want to have a big move because the EMA ribbons have been so constricted. You can see this literally happens every time the EMA ribbons get constricted. Like without fail, it always happens. The more constricted they are, the bigger the move. You can see these were some wide ribbons into here, and as these converged, then the tighter they got, you can see blasted out of it. I wouldn't really call a flip like a tight move, although you could argue this would be a tight move, and then once again, big capitulation. The big capitulation for this happened at the inflection point when this was as tight as it can get, and once again, you saw a big move to the downside. So what I'm trying to say with this, with ApeCoin, is we do look bearish. I mean, you know, we've got a plethora. Every single time we come up, we've got a plethora of lower highs constantly getting rejected. A lot of people are getting quite bullish on altcoins right now. I'm noticing the sentiment is like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for the past 2 weeks. But really, I've been having the same sentiment. I'm still very bearish on altcoins even after the bounce. It does look like we want to capitulate below these. The more and more you test the trend line, the more likely it is to break. The fact that we just keep lollygagging around the bottom of this trend line for Ape does not look good, in my opinion. 4 hourly EMA rejection, normally, well, every single time so far, come up rejection, come up rejection, come up rejection, come up rejection. I mean, the least bearish move that we've had from these EMA ribbons was about a 6% move. And, you know, at this point in time, a 6% move is outside of this pattern. So I would be expecting ApeCoin to go lower. I do think we're at least coming down to the lows, but I don't necessarily think, like, I feel like it'd be a little bit too much hopium to expect Ape to come back to 520 and then just double bottom. Like, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. I've been pretty adamant. You know, you just look at the bear market on the RSI right now, we're getting slaughtered. I do think Bitcoin is going to capitulate down to the 200 week at 22,000, so that's another 25% move to the downside for Bitcoin. And if we look at how Ape BTC has been playing out, we can get a rough idea of if Bitcoin moves down another 25%, how harsh is Ape likely to move to the downside. So in the past week, how much has Bitcoin moved down? I'd say they're about the same, to be honest, but you've had a lot of hype for Ape recently because of the land sale. And what was the other thing? I've already forgotten. Their metaverse, other side metaverse. So Bitcoin down 6% this week. ApeCoin on the weekly. Yeah, it looks like we got hit harder. So it's dropping more than double the amount that Bitcoin is. So saying a 35% drop would be conservative. If we were lining it up with, you know, the BTC chart, then, you know, this would be a 37% drop back down to the low. I think a 50% drop would make sense, because if Bitcoin is going to come down 25% and it's only down like 6% this week, and ApeCoin is down, you know, a lot more than that, like more than double that, it would make sense for us to come down 50%. And you've actually got a 3.618 fib down here. I want to see on the 4 hourly how well this has been respected before I call it as one of my likely targets. 1.618 held up. I mean, we came back down to it, we bounced on it, and we got rejected exactly at the 1.6. And there's no other levels of confluence on this one. 2.6, we did held it. You can see, I mean, 2.6 is what we're actually holding right now. It looks a bit funny because we kind of fell through this and then went back above. But you've actually got, you know, 2 touch points, two perfectly holding the 2.618. You massively capitulate below it, you back test it, you get rejected on it, you break above it, you come back, you back test it, you back tested, back tested, back tested, back tested. I mean, we've back tested it a bunch. So I feel pretty confident in the legitimacy of this somewhat micro fib. Let me move it back a level, because we had another fib a couple of screens ago and I don't want to get rid of that. Okay, I think we've already got it. So yeah, I do think coming down to these levels is definitely likely. A 48% drop, 3.618, and ironically that lands on $4.20. And considering this is somewhat of a meme coin, it wouldn't be too much of a bad bottom over here on ApeCoin. So I feel like a 47% drop on ApeCoin is probably going to play out. Just looking at how Bitcoin is acting, Bitcoin is, you know, it depends what chart you're looking at, but this falling wedge that we're in right now, or falling triangle if we continue moving down, depends on how long this plays out. If we come all the way to the bottom, it'd be a triangle, but nonetheless, you know, every other time we've come down here for Bitcoin, we're just out of here, and we're literally lollygagging on it right now. So this is not a good sign. On the other charts we've got as well, you can see this is not the area where we want to lollygag. This is where we want to have a bounce and get out of here. And it's just not happening. So unfortunately, 22,000 for Bitcoin, $4.20 for ApeCoin. Very ironic, $4.20. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Ape as well. Hi again. Hey, what's up, Max? JASMY, we'll check out JASMY in a second. It's me, Party Boy from Discord. Oh, what's up, my friend? Oh yeah, you asked for JASMY earlier. I remember that. So we'll check out the dollar. We'll check out JASMY. We just checked out Ape, Gala, Jesse, what's up, my friend? It's good for BTC. I think we'll see a big reversal if DXY is closing like this. Okay, we'll check out DXY. Why is Bitcoin not moving? A few different reasons. The stock market closed bearish. The dollar closed micro bullish. Bitcoin is lollygagging, capitulating on the 29,000 area. And depending on what chart you look at, we've also got, you know, we're literally sitting on the bottom of this descending wedge, falling wedge, whatever you want to call this right now. Tons of selling volume coming in. Lower time frames, we're seeing no volume coming in. So a lot of people got out of bed for this move back up back up to 29,600 today, and I was looking at the volume and I was like, nah, this is not going to break out. I mean, look at this volume. This is flat. This is so flat. We're not seeing anything supporting this uptrend. So I'd definitely say the move is probably going to come on Monday. I think the dollar needs to open, the stock market needs to move before Bitcoin really does anything special. So yeah, that's pretty much why Bitcoin's not doing anything. Thank you, bro. Your TA are objective. Soon your YouTube will be in a bull run. I hope so. I hope so. The views have gone down since everything flipped bearish, but it is what it is. Thoughts on BTC macro wise? Depends how macro you mean. If you mean like zooming out like this, I'm always bullish on Bitcoin. I'm never not bullish on Bitcoin. It's very clear that Bitcoin is super bullish macro term, but short term, as in next 1, 2, 3 months, I'd say we're bearish. I'd say we're very bearish. I've highlighted this in my BTC videos, but you know, I say this, I was here in this 2018 market, and the psychology is really what I want to hammer in, because anyone can look at a chart from the past, but it's hard to tell what market sentiment was like back here, and the market sentiment is the exact same mix of fear and greed, but also new retail traders still are very greedy. And this is why, you know, it looks like we're about to capitulate down to like 22,000, but people are still being bullish on all these altcoins. So I think that's a key sign that we should be a contrarian trader at this moment in time. So all right, let's check out the dollar. Need to find a chart. I'll just replace the BTC chart. So what's going on the dollar? You said the monthly time frame. Oh, okay. We've got a huge doji candle. Have we ever had doji candles literally where the tops are before? We have. That's a good call. We've literally the exact top of the first run up was a big, huge doji candle. This is ridiculous price movements for the dollar. Within 1 month, an 8% move for the dollar. That's unheard of. And the top over here, this was also a doji candle. So that's super interesting. I feel like the markets are very different to what they were like back in previous years where we did triple top. So that might be one thing to take note of. And also, I would definitely point out as well that the other doji candles, they were wicks. You saw big wicks up, and you know, you closed quite a decent amount below the middle. So I would honestly say, if the monthly close comes, especially if we close above this orange line, I need to mark this green because I always put my Fibonacci's green. So whenever I see an orange line that doesn't have a fib on it, it just literally confuses me. So red, what was this line again? I'm just going to get rid of that, pretend it was never... Actually, wait, let's come over to the daily. Yeah, what was that? I've got no idea what that's doing there. Let's get rid of that. But yeah, other time frames where we did do this, the candle body closes were quite far down. And I'd honestly say if we did manage to close above this green line, which is the invalidation point from March 2020, because the same kind of fear was in this market in March 2020 when we topped. So it's a very interesting similarity. That is a good point. But yeah, I do think if the dollar closes a monthly above 103, then it would still be bullish. Daily time frame, still exceptionally bullish. We're still back in the EMA ribbons. Obviously, the dollar is shot. I'm not doing TA like it's live or anything. This shot on Friday, but yeah, it's still interesting to see where we did close. We closed above this uptrending line of support as well. So there's a lot of things going on the dollar right now. We drew this uptrending line of support on the daily for the candle bodies. In case you're looking at this on the 4 hour and thinking, where has this guy drawn this to? We drew it to the candle body close on the daily. But yeah, I mean, dollar still looks good to me. Monthly time frame, tiny bit shaky, but yeah, interesting things. JASMY as well. Someone asked for JASMY. Let's check out what's going on with JASMY. When I scrolled through my trading view earlier, JASMY was up quite a lot, and looking at JASMY BTC, we're up 15%, so good amount of volume coming in on JASMY BTC. Let's go over to JASMY. Alright, let's start off on the higher time frame, see if anything's changed. So, weekly time frame, where were we yesterday? Because we pumped back above this, which is a good sign in of itself. So it is bullish on the lower time frames, but I would still like to point out on the weekly, absolutely nothing has changed. We are still in a very wham downtrend, and this is literally just from the bounce. So I would still say JASMY is super bearish. The volume that we're seeing coming in right now is once again very mundane compared to what we saw when we were previously rallying. So that's also a worrying sign as well, that we're just not getting enough volume to come through. Obviously that could change next week, but at this moment in time specifically, I would not be looking to pick up JASMY. Got a nice W pattern here. Neckline is also very nicely at 1.5 cent, let's call it 1.5, approximates it. And this is where your EMA ribbons are on the daily. So this would be very interesting to see if we can push above. If we can flip these, this is something that we literally have not done before. And I always talk about this because a lot of people get out of bed when you see the price go above the EMAs. People throw themselves out of bed to buy when we retest the EMAs, but I much prefer to consider a confirmed breakout. When you break out the EMAs, you get rejected off the invalidation point, and then you take out the invalidation point, and that's something that we just have not seen. You can see invalidation point here, lower high, and as we were doing all of this, all we did is head and shoulders back to the downside. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we've hopped above the daily EMAs. I would like to point out the last time we had a successful retest of the EMAs was right down here when we were at 4 cent, and we were able to have a rally up to 33 cent on that retest. So I really do not think you would be missing out like a ton if we just waited for the candle body close retest of the daily EMAs, because like I said, you know, back here this is just something that we did not unfortunately break out of so we never really got to witness JASMY in full bull mode. But this would be super interesting if we did take out the top at 15 cent. You would have to contend with the long-term moving average on the EMA at that point. Let's take the price target of the W, see if you can actually have a breakout from that, or a breakout above the EMAs is what I meant to say. Yeah, you would. So this would be a very, very nice W pass, and I would absolutely love something like this to play out. And then I'd be looking to enter a trade round about this region as you take out the invalidation point. Until then, I will just be sitting on the sidelines for altcoins. I will be sitting on the sidelines for JASMY. Like I've been saying, I do think the dollar might rally into next week, and I think the stock market will open bearish. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but you know, it does look like the general markets are still quite shaky. Bitcoin as well. It looks like we're falling out of this pattern right now. So yeah, rejection from the 1 hourly EMAs. Not that I don't put any weight in that whatsoever. Whenever I say anything about the 1 hourly EMAs, just close your ears, because with the 1 hourly EMAs you can see fake out, 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 fake out. It means absolutely nothing whether you're above or below your EMA ribbons on the 1 hourly time frame. Absolutely nothing. Maybe it matters on a coin that's been trading for like a day, but you know, Bitcoin, it clearly does not respect or care about the 1 hourly EMA's ribbons whatsoever. Otherwise it wouldn't be above, below, above, below, above, below. But at least on the 1 hourly time frame, you are falling out of this pattern, or at least you're trying to fall out of this pattern. Wicks don't matter, like I said. Hourly close will be coming in like 40 minutes, so I guess we'll see if we do start pushing out of this. So JASMY, we did ape, check the DXY. Thoughts on Bitcoin macro-wise? Oh, I already said that. You think Bitcoin is going to go below 29k again? Yeah, I think that Bitcoin is moving down to 22k. There's a plethora of reasons why. First of all, we've literally just fallen out of this triangle pattern. This triangle that we're in right here, you know, obviously we've got a few extra trend lines, so if you kind of discount this trend line and you also discount, and I know at this point you're literally cherry picking the data, or you're choosing to ignore this slightly, but we can recognize that this happened, but we can still recognize that this descending triangle pattern, blow off top, is the exact same as this descending triangle with the blow off top. We're a fairly decent, we're fairly close to the 200 week, just like we were before. I mean, this was a 45% drop. And I do believe in diminished returns, which is what we've experienced this market cycle anyway. I'm sure everyone was expecting 100k, but we saw 69k, so I definitely think diminished returns are also going to be a thing. Not only are diminished returns going to be a thing to the upside, but they're also going to be a thing to the downside. So I think a 25% drop instead of the 45 that we previously saw would definitely be enough to subside the bears. Like, I really do think the bottom is in, you know. Bear in mind, while I'm telling you I am bearish in the short term, if you've been watching my Bitcoin videos, you know that I've been saying I am buying the dip on Bitcoin, and I also am having, I had buy orders down at this 26,000 level anyway, so that got hit. I had buy orders set the past couple of days at 28.5, they got hit. I've got buy orders once again set exactly where we bottomed down here at 25.5. I've got buy orders down here at 22, and I also have some small buy orders down here at 20k if it does happen, but I'd be putting most of my capital into the market at 22,000. If we did capitulate down to the 200 week, that would be a 68% drop. And considering how we really didn't have like a blow off top, very much lining up with diminished returns, I would expect that diminished returns to the downside would also be a thing. So 22,000 is where I think the bottom for Bitcoin's going in. So to answer your question, yes, I do think Bitcoin is unfortunately going to capitulate below 29,000. I mean, for all those reasons that I mentioned. Also, the RSI is really just not bouncing at this moment in time. And also, I would like to highlight, RSI is literally at bear market bottom levels. So, you know, the RSI now is literally where we were at the exact bottom down here at 3,700. And it's a tiny, tiny bit above where we came, because we came all the way down to 29 down here. And we're currently at 33.5. So I think it's more likely that we're gonna chop a little bit to the side. You can see here, I mean, these were some brutal capitulations, and this is brutal as well, don't get me wrong. I just feel like we have to chop up some of the more greedy traders that entered the market within the past couple of months. A lot of move to earn hype, a lot of NFT hype. I think those hands do need to be washed out. Until all of the retail traders give up and say Bitcoin's a scam, then, you know, the bottom's probably not in. So once you see like the last bullish YouTuber flip bearish, so who's the most bullish YouTuber? I don't know, maybe like Crypto or something. Although to be fair, he says it's over and then he says it's like a new a bull market the next day. So I guess we really couldn't bank on him. I don't know. When Peter Schiff says he's shorting Bitcoin, then the bottom is in. But I don't think Bitcoin he would be shorting. So yeah, I think we're probably going lower. What's good, everyone? Saturday night. I'm baked and sleepy. Oh, what's up, Jay, my friend? Yeah, it's also late over here. What did I miss? You missed JASMY, Ape, BTC, Dollar. I think that's it. Please, can you do Quant? Yes, I'll check out Quant in a sec. OXT coin. I might check that out in a sec. I haven't checked out OXT before, so I don't even know what that is. So my opinion would purely be based on the TA. I don't know about the fundamentals of OXT. How likely do you think that we will hit a 20k Bitcoin in the next 2 weeks? From a probability perspective, let's pull up this chart. I don't think it is too probable. Number one, we've really never retested the previous all-time high. And if we were retesting this previous all-time high, it would be very, very brutal, because when you account for inflation, we would have already capitulated below the all-time high. I did a video called Quantifying Bitcoin, where what we actually did is we got the Bitcoin price and we divided it by the M2 money supply. And you might be thinking, why would you divide the Bitcoin price by the M2 money supply? Well, if you divide Bitcoin by the US dollar, you're not accounting for inflation. So if they quadruple the money supply, then it's not going to make a difference. But when you divide Bitcoin by the M2 money supply, you're accounting for inflation. So you can see when we do account for inflation, Bitcoin is already capitulating below the all-time high, and it's already come down to the 200 week. And we don't really see big moves below these. A lot of the times, granted, you have capitulation wicks, So I'd say if we were going to come down to 20k, I'd say there's maybe like a 40% chance of doing that. But I think if we do come down to 20k, it's going to be a wick like this, and it's going to be bought up like almost instantly. I think it'd be bought up on the day. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's interesting to note when you divide Bitcoin by the M2 money supply, so you account for inflation, that we really didn't have as much of a euphoric run this year as we thought, and a lot of the bull run can be attributed to quantitative easing and extra money in the markets, because I believe that artificially low interest rates, even negative interest rates for some people, all of these low interest rates, meaning low money, tons of money being printed, fiscal stimulus, people getting checks to stay at home, all of that money found its way into the market. And, you know, now the Fed is increasing the interest rates, it's probably going to bleed out. So we're kind of in some like unforeseen, or not unforeseen, we're in uncharted waters, because in my lifetime, and that means that it's more older than Bitcoin, because I'm older than Bitcoin, obviously, but in my lifetime, we have the Fed has never done a U-turn and increased the interest rates that much. So Bitcoin has never, literally never been in any scenario like what we're seeing right now. So I feel like if we're gonna have, you know, a nasty capitulation wick, you know, it could happen, 20k. I would definitely assign at least a 40% probability of that happening. I think it's more likely like an 80% probability we come down to 22,000, that probability being separate to the other one, because obviously 80 plus 20 don't equate. But yeah, I think if anything was going to happen, we come down to 22. I think it'd be brutal if it went much lower, to be fair. CME gap still valid. The CME gap on Bitcoin or the stock market? Oh, what's up, Ape Tech? How are you doing? Cowboy talk about the cost of mining. I'm not as much of a fan of mining as you are, my friend. BTC is king. ETH and Sol has an okay chance of surviving. I think Sol has an okay chance of surviving. I think ETH has a pretty great chance of surviving, and that's coming from someone who doesn't like ETH and likes Sol. Looking at things objectively, I really don't think ETH is going anywhere. But yeah, I think the only thing I can say about mining is it has been proven that no matter what time you start mining Bitcoin, it's always cheaper to just buy Bitcoin on spot and hold it. Because, say for example, you spend $10,000 on mining gear, and it takes you, you know, a year or 6 months or however long it takes you to buy back Bitcoin. Unless you time that literally perfectly, the price of Bitcoin is probably going to go up, and you're probably going to be better off buying and holding. I remember watching a video about it ages ago with like time frames. I think it was by DaVinci J15, and he used to be a miner. And if anyone knows anything about mining and, you know, technology and all that stuff, it's DaVinci. DaVinci was mining Bitcoin before any of us even knew what Bitcoin was. Like that's a fact. So if DaVinci says buying is better than mining, then I believe DaVinci. I think unless you live in El Salvador, which obviously has geothermal energy from volcanoes, unless you live in the Sahara Desert, which has super hot temperatures, unless you live in, you know, the UK and you can get a fucking a wind farm or something, then it's probably not going to be worth like plugging in at least in my country, price of electricity's doubled. I know a couple of friends from some other countries, and they all say, you know, electricity's doubled. So I think it's getting harder and harder to mine, which hopefully doesn't have a negative impact on the network. I hope people continue to mine. 25k likely, yeah. I mean, to be honest, we already came down to 25.5, so we already answered that. I was gonna get purged. Europe is starting to raise rate. 57% of DXY basket is euro, so in hindsight, DXY will move down. Fair enough. BTC is a decent chance of going to 20k, and possibly short yet fast false breaks. That was so hard to read. Down to 17k. Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of people are calling for 16 and 17k. I feel like if we come down to those levels, it's just going to be a straight wick down that's going to get bought up, because, you know, you look at the previous cycles and we always bottom in terms of candle body closes on the 200 week, But you can see sometimes we do have wicks all the way down to the 300. And where's the 300 coming in? 300's coming in today at 16,270. Next week it'd be about 16,500. Week after that, 16,800. Week after that, 17,000. So if we come down in a month's time, we could definitely see 16, 17,000. Well, if we come down in a month's time, 17. If we come down now, 16.2. So it could definitely be valid. Like, I mean, it's happened before. We did it here. You zoom back a bit, and unfortunately, obviously, as this is the 300-week moving average, obviously, if you extrapolate back, this is 300 weeks. So I've fat-fingered it a bit, but you get what I mean. This would be 300 weeks. So data didn't start loading in for the 300 week until, obviously, 300 weeks had passed. But if we do kind of extrapolate this, kind of how we curve down, maybe it'd be a little bit more pulled down, considering how fast we moved up. It looks like we either reached it or almost reached it here. So it could be possible. I'm leaning more over to diminished returns, but you know, like I said, I think diminished returns are real, but we're in a very, very new kind of market conditions with the Fed increasing the interest rates like there's no tomorrow, and you know, there's clearly not a lack of selling volume right now. Like if there was selling volume starting to subside and green volume was coming in, it'd be a different story. But you know, RSI has not started to turn up. Volume is still absolutely horrible this week. 12.89k worth of volume, and obviously that's predominantly selling volume. The week 2 weeks before that was 15, so you know, it's slightly diminished from the past couple of weeks, but you know, a line of best fit, something like this, we are still generally increasing. So I would say Bitcoin has further to capitulate. We did that one. Cowboy, tell me how you drew the 250-day yellow and purple moving line. You haven't watched my educational videos, man. How could you do that to me? But I'm only joking. I'll show you. So if we hop over to a new chart, or to be fair, it's probably easier to do it on here. I just don't want to get rid of them. Alright, we'll do it on here and then we'll back it up. So if we get rid of the... So I'll make the 300 for you. So I guess it depends if you've got... oh no, I don't even think I have these either, so I'll have to search for it. So go up in the top left where you see the indicators. Simply click... Oh no, this is compare symbol, my bad. Come over to indicators, click on indicators, and I believe you can just type in MA. And then, yeah, type in MA and you'll get moving average. This is my secondary trading view account, so... yeah, I haven't favorited a lot of stuff yet. You can either click on it, or you know, and that will add it onto your screen, or you can click on indicators and then you'll find the moving average, and then hover over to the left side of your screen. You can see right here, it should be by default set to MA9. So depending on what time frame you're on, that should be using 9 bars worth of data. Click on the settings cogwheel over on the moving average. And I had this as purple, didn't I? I had the orange line and the purple line. So I'm going to click on the color. I'm going to make it purple, and then I'm going to go down to the thickness and make it extra thick, just because I think it's probably the easiest way to see it. Then click on inputs, and you want to click on time frame and go to the weekly time frame. Otherwise, if you scroll between the weekly, the daily, the hourly, it's simply going to change the length of the moving average, because it's either trying to find the EMA ribbons on the daily if you're on the daily, or the hourly if you're on the hourly. If you set it to a specific one, it won't move even if you flip between them. And we've got the 200 week, so simply type in the 300. I don't think TradingView has any difference between the simple moving average and the, I believe it's exponential moving average. I don't think there's any difference between whatever method you put in. For some reason, TradingView just doesn't make them different whatsoever. But yeah, just type in method EMA, click that, and bang, you've got one of them. And then if you want to do it again, simply just click on the moving average again. I've got too many indicators, but you can just click on it twice and then type in 200 instead of 300, make it a different color. And yeah, that's how you put moving averages on. Oh yes, never mind. It's still on the chart. What's the peak of your next bounce? 34k-ish, I can't see. I think if we're going to have a dead cat bounced anywhere, I think it would be exactly to 34k. There are a few other price targets that I do have in mind, but for example, you can clearly see these two trend lines are very important. And the top of this trend line up here is 34,000, so I think if we're going to have a bounce to anywhere, it could be up to 34. If we do, let's say we start rallying into the next 2 weeks, if we get super bullish, you could even see 37 or 38. So bear in mind, you know, we would still be bearish if we did something like that. That would still be a lower high from here. And a lot of the time we do this. You can see, like, this is where we had like a big capitulation wick, and we moved down from here. We bounced all the way up, and literally we were just like centimeters, like a centimeter or two below this line. So considering how this is like the flat data point before you fall off the cliff, I think if we were going to move up to anywhere, it'd be 34. If the markets get extra euphoric, which, knowing the markets, they probably will, there's a lot of, you know, new people to the markets, and I think they get hyped up very easy. So I would not be surprised if Bitcoin went back up to 38,000. I'm either expecting for us to kind of get over and get this done with within the next couple of weeks, come down to 22, and then I think we're going to bounce up to 50, and then I think we're going to come down to 25, 26, and then we're going to get out of here. I've talked about why I think we're going to do this before. Like, it's literally because we've done this every other time before. Like, when we entered the bear market, like, I think a lot of people don't realize, when you realize you're in a bear market, the bear market's pretty much done. So, you know, at this point in time, you know, people would have been realizing we're about to enter a bear market in November of 2018, and we were already breaking back above it in May of 2019. So 2018 to 2019, it was really like 6 months or so, and we were out of here. So yeah, like I said, I think it's more likely we're going to come down further first. I think the fact that we've put in like almost 8 weekly negative candles in a row is kind of just very indicative that we're in a type of scenario that we've not seen before. But like I said, 34, 38,000, would not be surprised if Bitcoin bounced up to there. In fact, if we made it up to 38, I'd probably short Bitcoin with a very tight stop loss. Most bullish is that Martini guy. I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it. I don't really watch crypto YouTubers, so if I watch anyone, I think Ben Cohen is a great channel. I used to watch a plethora of different YouTubers, but I really don't watch anymore. I really don't have time, to be honest, with how much I trade. Yes, we need to get Ryder wannabe crypto monkeys doing 2x earn. Green Satoshi token idiots still think Luna can bounce. I wouldn't call them an idiot, but 21k false break, possibly for 30 minute. 21k false break. Oh, you mean capitulate below the 22? Can you give some price targets for ETH? I'll check out ETH in a sec. I really never check out the ETH chart. Do you think Head and Shoulders is in play for Bitcoin? On what time frame? I don't know. That's a calculator. Are you talking about this like wham Head and Shoulders that is something like this? Actually, I think I saw Peter Schiff talk about this over on Twitter. I'm gonna pull up my let's check out what the sniff is saying, because I'm pretty sure he tweeted this the other day. It was like the most ugly head and shoulder. By the way, shamelessly gonna plug my Twitter. If you want to follow me over on Twitter, it's here at 618_cowboy. I post memes, NFTs, chart setups, etc. Yeah, here we go. I knew this because I liked it. I think I even commented. I think the only reason why I follow... Yeah, I did. Someone said obvious double top on gold. And we said only difference in these charts is that gold took 11 years to double top. And Peter Schiff will pretty much not be around for the new gold all-time highs. It's sad to say, but gold is probably not going to new all-time highs until, 20 years down the line. I don't see Peter making it that long. But, according to Peter, and, I do see it as well, it's extremely ugly. Nonetheless, it is 100% valid. So yeah, that could definitely be playing out. And I think Peter said we're coming down to the lower trend line, which is like $8,000. But bear in mind, Peter Schiff does not have a good track record. I mean, don't make the mistake of thinking that buying Bitcoin below $3,800 is a bargain. And he basically called this exact same thing, because I think someone else replied to this, and I liked it. Someone shared like a head and shoulder pattern that he made like 5 years ago or something, and he predicted Bitcoin was going to move down to like $1,000. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, like I said, if you want to follow me over on Twitter, it's at 618_cowboy. I'm much more active on Twitter than Instagram. But yeah. US CPI data being released on the 10th of June, followed by the Fed meeting a few days later. This, I believe, will cause the major downturn if figures are worse than expected. A few days later, so the next Fed meeting, wow, is it? I guess, yeah, it's been about a week or so since the last Fed meeting. I don't think the CPI really had a big impact on the market. I guess at least the last CPI report, I don't think it did anything, but it's kind of hard to tell because at the same moment in time, we were kind of already capitulating, and the Coinbase earnings came out and they were bearish, and historically Coinbase earnings being bearish has not been good for the markets. But yeah, I really do think if the Fed just keeps on increasing the interest rates by 50 basis points month over month over month over month, these markets are going to bleed out, and the cost of living is going to go so high that people are not going to have money to spend on crypto, in my opinion. Crypto is obviously a risk-on asset. Yeah, I'm thinking we close the CME gap before the next leg down. Market needs that liquidity. Perfect time to sucker people in. When is the BTC CME gap? I can't remember how you even get the BTC CME gap. Do we type in BTC futures? Tether perpetual futures. Let's see. Okay, futures CME BTC. Here we go. So I'm guessing this is obviously going to be okay. So yeah, here we go. I've already looked at this chart. I just completely forgot. CME gap. Okay, 24,750. Considering how low we are right now, I mean, I would not be surprised. We almost filled this, but in my history, when Bitcoin almost fills a CME gap, it normally means it's going to come fill it at some point later anyway. So what's also interesting is, yeah, I do agree, Bitcoin is going to come down to this CME gap. I've actually been, apparently I talked about this at 36,700 because this was our price target, and we talked about these two CME gaps. So yes, it's been a long time since I've checked out this chart. But what's also interesting is, while we are on the topic of CME gaps, we have a bullish CME gap for the Nasdaq, which obviously does not have to play out at this moment in time. It can play out in a month after Bitcoin comes down to 22k. But it's very interesting to note that if we look at the Nasdaq price gaps, we've got a few now since we last covered this, but the most important ones, if I come over to, because I've got one circled up here, we've got two price gaps on the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq filled both of them, we could move up another 25%. So that would be super bullish in the short term. This would still be a lower high, which would perfectly set up with what the Nasdaq loves to do. I think the Nasdaq loves to kind of, move quite euphoric in some directions, at least in terms of how stock markets move. Obviously, there's not much euphoric about this chart. It is pretty impressive, though. I mean, the Nasdaq is a good moving index of stocks, should I say. But yeah, it would be super, super interesting if the Nasdaq managed to come up to this. I think if the Fed backpedals this month and they don't increase the interest rates, then that is kind of when I see, you know, Bitcoin maybe having that bounce to 34, maybe having it to 38. But if the Fed meeting comes next month, whenever it is, and they increase it by 50 basis points, then it's going to be done out, in my opinion. Do you think ETH 2.0 release will hype it? Well, I think people have been hyping about ETH 2.0 for years now. I remember hearing about ETH 2.0 when I was literally like fresh in the space. Back when I thought XRP was a good cryptocurrency because I didn't read the white paper. But, you know, back in the day, people were talking about it, and I'm pretty sure I watched an interview of Vitalik Buterin, and he said that it's not going to be fully rolled out for years, like years and years and years, and that was a fairly recent interview. So yeah, I don't think that, I don't know, will it hype it? If the gas fees go down 100%, like if they manage to fix the gas fees, then the Ethereum blockchain is going to be the best blockchain out of every single blockchain to build on. And that's coming from someone who likes Solana. I love talking about blockchain competitors because I love to make sure I'm exposed to these blockchain competitors like Solana and Near and AVAX. Not so much AVAX, more of the Solana side of things. But if ETH fixes its gas fees and has the same fee structure as Solana, there is no point whatsoever to use the Solana blockchain because there's more so first of all, Ethereum is more decentralized. Ethereum has been attacked multiple times and it has survived many battle tests. Solana has been attacked many times and survived, but during these attacks it always takes the network down. So if ETH fixes its gas fees, then there is not really too much incentive to use other blockchains, in my opinion. Obviously, blockchains that you would build platforms on top of, everyone's still going to use Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is ever going to go anywhere. I wasn't talking about mining costs, but how mining can affect the market. Cowboy, talk about your gaming PC lore. You should stream on Twitch, show us your crappy setup. I don't think anyone on this channel who came here for Crypto TA would care at all about my new PC that I ordered, but I did order a new Alienware R13 for those of you who care, because my PC at this moment in time is literally dying. I bought it like 5 years ago, and I bought it as a pre-built from Amazon. I knew nothing about PCs then, and I still really don't know anything about PCs now, but I bought a pre-built PC on Amazon like 5 years ago to play like fucking Minecraft or Fortnite or something, and it just sucks now. Like, the fans are so loud. When I turn it on, I have to wait 10 minutes before I start recording, and when you see me upload like a 10-minute video, bear in mind that video doesn't take long to edit my videos. I think, you know, if you watch my videos, I do pretty much everything in one take. I cut out the start, cut out the end, cut out the exit. But, you know, that takes like it takes a minute to make a thumbnail, to edit the video, but then it takes like 5-10 minutes to download a video, and then it takes like 10 minutes to upload it on YouTube. So everything just takes so long on my PC. I'd have so much more time for uploads after this new PC, so I look forward to it. Extra thick. I said that about something, didn't I? Oh, the moving averages. Dumb thick. Never mind, I have so many indicators I'm dumb. Same. Thoughts on Solana if it goes below $30? Do you think it won't reverse again? I'm actually targeting $20 to $25 Solana. So I really do think Solana could go to $25, $30 and still survive. I think there's so many people on Solana. Like, I don't know how many of you use Twitter, but I follow like a bunch of people on Solana NFTs, and they do not care that we're in a bear market. Like, they're all still buying NFTs. Like, here you go. You know, this is like, I don't know, what's this? Probably like a $5,000 NFT of an ape. People are still, you know, doing tier lists of Solana NFTs. People are still buying Solana NFTs. Like, all of my feed is still Solana. Solana Art Magic Eden as well. Sell me this pen, it's an NFT. But yeah, I mean, at least all of my Twitter, the Solana Twitter space is so strong. It's almost like the XRP cult following, except we've actually got some cool stuff like NFTs over on Solana, and on Ethereum, all they've on XRP rather, all they've got is Hopium. They don't have NFTs like us, so I don't think Solana is going anywhere. That's just my opinion. What about baby Dogecoin? What about baby Dogecoin? You should cover baby Doge in your videos too. 1.6 million holders. My price target for Solana is 19 to 31. That's pretty much what I've got as well. Baby Doge. I'll humor you. I think I've already added this to my chart. It's pretty much at the got a huge amount of volume coming in right now. My squeeze mom, does it work? This is the weirdest squeeze mom chart I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't work. The squeeze mom doesn't work on baby Doge. Look, you can see the chart is going up, but they're all dark red. They're meant to be light red if they're going up. So yeah, this is a weird chart. I wouldn't say I'm bullish on this at this moment in time. I would definitely say it needs to get above your EMA ribbons. I mean, we had a huge wick up to the EMAs, and we've had a pretty nasty rejection. If we come over to the 4 hour, interestingly, we're still seeing a push up after that big push down. So I actually quite like the baby Doge chart. This is a nice chart, I'm not gonna lie. 4 hour, we have had a few fake outs on the 4 hour. That is my only problem with this. I would definitely say daily EMAs need to be broken. And I imagine, because I really don't see too many people talking about this, so I imagine it's got a low market cap, so I imagine a return of the all-time high would probably be, let's do it to the candle body. So it's not as bullish of a return as I thought. I would definitely need to check. What's the market cap on this? Baby Doge. So obviously this is a shitcoin. I feel like I don't need to specify that, but just for you who, just for those of you who don't know, this is obviously a shitcoin. So. The amount of transfer swaps coming in, whales are coming in big. It seems like the community commenting on here there's quite a lot of comments as well. Very interesting. Got a few on this chart. It looks like you could be running in. Yeah, this is this big area of resistance here. Basically where we're sitting at right now, I'd say maybe up to here. This is a big area of resistance, and then we can move it up a bit as well. Encompass the EMAs. I would definitely say a daily break of 1967 or 196 would be quite nice. Let's see if we've had these I don't think we have had. This was a 1 day bounce without continuation. We are seeing continuation on this on the daily, so when was the last time we had something like this? This time we literally shattered through them. When were we last on the downside flipping these and getting volume coming in? We haven't seen this amount of volume coming in consecutively after an EMA flip. So this could be very interesting. I would definitely say, I mean, you're probably not too far away from it now. 20%. If you did manage to push above that level, then on the daily time frame, especially if you have a backtest, if you do something like this, I would say that's your moon line. You'd be off to the races. But at this moment in time, I'm really not interested in Dogecoins. I'm not interested in Dogecoin. I'm not interested in Shiba. I'm not interested in ELON or Baby Doge. All of my interest right now is on the corn. All I care about is the corn. I'm just trying to accumulate that Bitcoin. Especially at these cheap prices. I think a lot of these altcoins could massively capitulate if Bitcoin moves down another level or so. But yeah, it's an interesting chart. Cowboy and I are going to say the same thing. Shitcoins, 99% of them being purged. Pretty much. Thoughts on Ape? I covered that at the start of the stream, so if you wanna head back there, then Bull Benji called you an English JPEG. LMAO Benji told me he doing a face reveal. I don't know who. One of the mods. Fair enough. More Crypto Online is also pretty good at TAs he called lows. More Crypto Online is also pretty good. That sentence doesn't make sense to me. Unless More Crypto Online, is that a YouTuber? Because then it'd be this YouTuber is also pretty good. Is that a crypto YouTuber's channel? I probably sound ignorant saying that if it is a YouTuber, but like I said, I really don't watch crypto YouTubers. So, what's the lowest you believe KDA will go? 0. I mean, it is a fairly new cryptocurrency. I would not be surprised if KDA went to 0 in the slightest, but where would I put money on buying KDA if we did come down to that level after Bitcoin looks like it's going to have a bounce? $1 or potentially 80 cents. A lot of people are hyping up KDA right now, but you know, I don't necessarily think that KDA is the most special crypto of all time, and considering it got a lot of its hype a little bit too late, as we were already pretty much in bear market territory, we're going to see if this one survives. But yeah, I would not be surprised if KDA went to 0. That does not mean that I think KDA is moving to 0. I've been pretty adamant about it moving down to $1 or 80 cents. That is where I personally think we're going to have a bottom. But yeah, I mean, as far as what is the absolute lowest level it can go, anything that isn't Bitcoin can go to 0 in my opinion. So, but yeah, I think 80 cents is probably a good target to place some buy orders. That's personally where I am planning on buying, or at least that is where I imagine I would be buying if Bitcoin does capitulate to further levels. But like I said, if Bitcoin comes down to 22 and KDA capitulates below 80 cents, we really don't have much support built below there. So More Crypto Online, okay, so this must be a YouTuber, has a good track record in my opinion. Dog Dick in the Discord is also a pro. That's such a strange name. Shout out to that guy in our in our Twitter, in our Discord though. By the way, if you aren't in the Discord, I definitely recommend that you do go join it. It is on my YouTube profile, so if you do, just click on the YouTube. I think if you click on about, you'll see my Instagram, my Twitter, and the Discord is linked. Definitely go join the Discord. Also, Twitter and Instagram are literally my only 2 social medias that I use. So I'm only saying this because I've seen a lot of scammers in the comments recently impersonating me. If you get a comment from someone that says they're 618 Cowboy of my profile pic, and they say, message me on Telegram, message me on WhatsApp, it's 100% a scam. I do not use Telegram. I do use WhatsApp, but I would not be giving anyone my WhatsApp. I wouldn't even be giving, you know, my mods in my Discord server my WhatsApp number. So if anyone says they're me and they want to message you on Twitter, or they want to message you on any phone number, it's 100% a lie. So yeah, I will never ask you to message me. If you get a comment response, make sure that it's got a highlighted box over the name. If you're not sure, click on the channel. If you do click on the channel and it doesn't have 5k subs and 1k videos and it isn't me, then it's not me. So be very careful. There's a lot of spammers in the space recently. I do delete them all the time. I go through my my comments all the time and block so many scammers that people just don't see. But I guarantee if I left it running wild for like 48 hours, then it would just be, you would see there's so many scammers. I think X2 Earn, I'm not sure what that is either, got cut too short due to the bears. I don't think it's likely that it will get picked up again once we recover due to fear. X2 Earn, that is another one that I've never heard of before. This is just a response to someone else. Baby Doge, the moon, Coinbase incoming, or Coinbase coming. What was the market cap again? Not confirmed. Max supply is 420 as well. I'm not gonna even try and figure out in my brain how many zeros is after that, but market cap 269, is that a million? It must be. It can't be higher. But fair enough. I mean, if it moved up this high, then market cap must be relatively low. Total supply as well, almost. This is the problem. It's not really got any too much confirmed information. Maybe CoinGecko has some more information. UK regulating stablecoins. Yeah, the UK is trying to regulate stablecoins after the whole UST kerfuffle. And I actually made a video the day of the Luna rug pull. I believe the video was called Luna Just Opened Up a Can of Worms for Regulation. I talked about how, in my opinion, regulation is going to be coming by the end of the year because of the stablecoin fuss. And within like 5 days, you know, UK is already out like, okay, we need to regulate stablecoins. Thoughts on eGold? I don't know what it is from a fundamental perspective. I'll check it out from a charting perspective. I have covered it before. Yeah, chart looks pretty beat down looking at this. Let's start on the weekly and then we'll work our way down. Weekly time frame, you've already capitulated below the 786. Multiple weekly candles invalidated the trend. Exponential volume increasing. It's pretty much the same as all the other altcoins. Not really anything special or anything different going on. You know, tons of selling volume is really indicative that the bottom is not in at this moment in time, in my opinion. Coming over to the daily time frame. Oh, where would I draw this from? I'd say this is probably... Oh, that's such a blow-off wick. Where do we draw this one from? 1.6 almost perfectly came down to. Candle body close. 1.6 held perfectly. So I'd be going from this low to candle body close. 1.6, it almost looks like we're trying to W out, but I'm noticing that on a lot of other cryptos as well. And unless Bitcoin starts to wake up, you know, these altcoins are not going to break out, in my opinion. So we need to know what Bitcoin's doing. At the start of the stream, we actually talked about, you know, this potentially falling out of this channel when we have now fallen out of this channel. So I think Bitcoin is more likely to come back to the bottom of this pattern that we're in, 29,000. I think that's going to be happening in the next couple of hours or so. But yeah, it does look like we are moving back down to 29. We could bounce back up to 29,800 again. We could come down and bounce around until the 24th of May. So, you know, within an hour's time, it would be 2 days and 16 hours. So 2 days and 17 hours from today, we should have a breakout. This is the apex of this, whatever you want to call it. I want to call it an asymmetrical triangle, but you know, you zoom out a bit and this can also be a pennant for a bear flag, which we have highlighted over here. So yeah, definitely something to note. Also bearish. You could also argue this is a bear flag if you take away that line. If you're drawing it like this, you could argue it's a bearish pennant if you're drawing it from here. Nonetheless, you know, a breakdown of 29,000, more specifically, a move below 28,500. That would be your ultimate like kick in the crotch that the altcoins and Bitcoin is going to capitulate further back down. But yeah, eGold, I really don't see it moving higher than $100 in the short term, and it looks like we've already come up to 103. So I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of people that took profits around those levels. And like I said, I don't have an order book in front of me, but I imagine there's probably a lot of sell orders around 100 and coming into the EMAs at 103, 105. So I think the move down is more likely. 1.618 has already been tagged at 72. 2.618 isn't going to happen because it is in the minuses. You do have lows back down here at $53. If we do take out $53, you do... Oh, 1.618 perfectly sits on that. That's going to be a big level of confluence down at 53. So I think if anything, we'd probably roll down to 53 before having a bounce. And then, you know, what we do here is for another day. But yeah, at least in the short term, We have held the 0.5 as well on the micro time frame, so really micro term, we do look good. Like if we weren't about, if Bitcoin didn't look like this, and if Bitcoin wasn't like in a capitulation type moment, I would look at this and be like, okay, this looks okay, but you know, judging by what's going on with the other markets, the dollar still looking good, the stock market looking bad, Bitcoin looking bad, and most importantly, the Bitcoin dominance is breaking out. You know, on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see this trend line. We are above. We're sitting in the EMA ribbons. Daily as well, we've already back tested and moved up a bit. Weekly, you can see Bitcoin dominance is trying to break out of this pattern. And if you weren't here in the 2018 bear market and you don't know what, you know, kind of significance this has, if you do break out of this pattern, it is normally a sign that you're in a bear market. At least this is the 2018 bear market confirmed. You can see these arrows. Let me mark them a different color to kind of make it a bit easier. So these red arrows coming down, this was actually when we were in a bull market, and you might be wondering, why did Bitcoin dominance drop while we were in a bull market? Well, simply because people were more interested in altcoins. So, you know, Bitcoin was king, or Bitcoin is king always, but Bitcoin was crowned in the bear markets. So as you can see, you know, Bitcoin comes down into a bull market and a lot of new altcoins come around, a lot of new shit coins. Back here it was privacy coins, a few dog coins, very heavy on privacy coins like Zcash, Monero. I can't really think of a few others off the top of my head. They've literally all gone now, which is kind of why I think, you know, looking into this market cycle, we should be careful about holding altcoins for a prolonged period of time. But yeah, moving down on the Bitcoin dominance, we moved into a bull market, consolidation, and we broke up. This was when we were entering into a bear market, and the reason why Bitcoin dominance went up, even though people were selling Bitcoin, is because people were selling altcoins more. So Bitcoin dominance went from 35% all the way up to 74% approximately. So that was a brutal move. It was good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was in a bull market against altcoins. And if you're already subbed to my channel and you already watch my videos, you know that I've made about 2 videos recently called Bitcoin Bull Run Priced in Altcoins, because I really do think this is the type of scenario that we are going to be seeing. So I'm trying not to focus on these like really short-term moves for the altcoins. Like, you know, if this was super short-term, I'd be like, okay, W breakout, we can take the W breakout. If we do break out, we can talk about, you know, getting above these EMA ribbons. A successful EMA flip back test would be a great place to potentially make a trade. But at this moment in time, I'm really focusing on Bitcoin, because I think things are going to capitulate against Bitcoin. And well, since I've been talking about that for the past couple of weeks, everything's been getting slaughtered. The past day or so, not so much. A lot of altcoins went up against Bitcoin, but you know, you zoom out to the weekly time frame and we are moving down. So Matic is a nice cut for ETH, to be honest. Yep, I'm the #1 Cowboy fan. Thank you, AP Tech. I don't think I missed anything. Good content, bro. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, my friend. Cover Baby Doge too, please. We did cover that like 5 minutes ago as well. I don't know if you left that before I covered it. I don't know how to check when these messages were sent. You're still here. I didn't realize this was a screen I can remove report pin messages. That's awesome. Cowboy, why is your name Cowboy if you're Scottish? I'm not Scottish, I'm British. And my name is Cowboy because originally I was going to be called the Crypto Bandit, but that sounded like a little bit less PC friendly than the Crypto Cowboy. I feel like the Crypto Cowboy, I could develop that into like a brand that would be much more like advertiser friendly. Crypto Bandit kind of just makes me sound like a criminal, so I decided to stick with Crypto Cowboy. I'm a cowboy because I like freedom, and that's what cowboys like, and also I'm a straight shooter. If you watch my channels, especially if you watch my bearish videos on like stronger, ICP, XRP, I do not hold back. I absolutely bash those cryptos. If you watch an XRP video from me and you're an XRP fan, you'll be like shuddering in your chair like, oh, this guy is saying sacrilegious things to me. But yeah, I'm always a straight shooter. I say it how it is. I'm not trying to be the most likable. I'm trying to have a high credibility when it comes to making good calls, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely not Scottish. I don't know where you got that from. I don't even sound Scottish. I don't sound remotely Scottish whatsoever. Oh God, have I missed a bunch of comments? Okay. Cowboy think Bitcoin could move down 30%, so the same down rate for ETH. I think ETH moves a little bit faster than BTC, so maybe like 30, 40. BTS makes sense. What is BTS? Blue Tinge Wolf, new to this channel, like the TA though. I appreciate it, my friend. Warm welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your stay over here. Yeah, I haven't seen you before, so yeah, welcome to the channel. Be sure to check out the Discord, by the way. The link is in the description down below, or at least it should be on the live stream. Let me know if it's not. If it's not, just click on my profile, about, and then you can find the Discord. Got a pretty good community over there. You can't ignore communities. Yeah, I agree. Oh, you said something else before that. Many people are interested on Dogecoins. Baby Doge and Dogelon Mars are the next big things. I do like Dogelon Mars as well, but you know, they are shit coins. Like they don't have any utility. They're really not here to stay, in my opinion. I think they will be replaced by other dog coins in the future, but yeah, that's just my opinion. And I do hold Dogelon Mars. Like, it's the only dog coin that I currently hold, but yeah, I wouldn't be planning on it being around in the next 5 to 10 years or so. Can you check crypto.com? Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out in one sec. Axie Infinity. Do you think Axie Infinity can recover in the long term? It really depends. I think Axie Infinity is kind of like a boring game. From what I've looked at it, it looks very, very boring to play. So I don't necessarily think that it's going to be around forever. Like, if it's on the blockchain and it can sustain itself, then sure, maybe. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be all the hype in the next, like, 5 years or so. I mean, think about it. If I was new, if this was, like, a different topic and we were talking about, like, the first games that came out, like, could you imagine someone saying, like, do you think Mrs. Pac-Man or Pac-Man is going to be, like, the most played game in like 10 years time? No, I don't think it is, but could still be around. I don't really like Axie and SLP too much. I prefer Axie because SLP has some mad hyperinflation on it. The more people play SLP, then the more inflation there is. So fitfycrypto.com. Let's pull these up. I'll try to answer a few more comments and then we'll get into these charts. So crypto.com, FitFi. We'll check these out in a sec. Possible. This is a response to someone else. Watch Cowboy get TikTok. Cowboy is not going to get a TikTok. SLP and Axie will get hit hard, but IMO, they will explode. Yeah, I guess we're about to see if the sustainability is there for it, but yeah. They're pretty bearish right now, so I wouldn't be buying now. If anything, I'd be buying a breakout of SLP, because SLP moves a lot more euphoric than Axie. So I'd much rather just wait for like a breakout, buy SLP, watch it do a crazy return, sell it for Bitcoin, then wait for the next trade. That's probably how I'm going to trade a lot of these gaming type coins, and move to earns. Market cap is 250 million, supply is 420 trillion, but they burned almost 50% already. That's good to know. Normally these dog coins do this. They start off with like an obnoxious supply, and then they burn a ton of it, and it goes to prices that people just never thought were possible. So 2x earn is anything that's Ponzi to earn. It can be walking, running, jogging, like stepping, swimming, dancing, or whatever Ponzi BS is. Oh, fair enough. Why is it called X to earn? Isn't it move to earn? X to earn. I've never heard that before. Am I just tripping? We've already talked about that for Baby Doge. Thanks for that information. Romario. Ape Tech again. The people asking if any coins other than BTC, ETH, Sol is going to be bullish are the people that need to be wiped out by the bear market, especially people that's so delusional that think Luna 2.0 can recover. I hope no one's I hope no one lost too bad on Luna, but I imagine quite a few people did. RIP to all the Luna holders. 1.6 million holders without any major listing yet. Number 3 on Binance Smart Chain by holders in just 12 months. Cowboy is probs the most honest YouTuber for not hyping and bullying during this period of time. Sadly, Moonboy YouTubers have way more subs and views than Cowboy. Yeah, I know, it's sad times, but I'm not willing to BS and hype my way up to the top. I'm not gonna have my mouth open in thumbnails saying every video is an emergency. So I'd much rather gain slow and steady subscribers that do appreciate the honesty. That's what I'd rather go for. I'd much rather have like intellectuals joining the chat and acknowledging downtrends we're in downtrends and acknowledging uptrends we're in uptrends. I'd much rather that than people in the chat like, this crypto to the moon, this crypto to the moon 24/7. Like, I wish it was to the moon 24/7, but it's just not going to happen. We have bull markets and bear markets. You've got to be adaptable for both. If you just want to stick in a bear market the whole time, HODL and DCA, you are going to get wrecked when it comes to the bear market. That is coming from experience. So first started trading stonks in Q4 2020, a little bit for crypto in 2021, but full dedication for crypto since late April 2022. Cowboy has helped me a lot. I love to hear that, my friend. But yeah, I used to trade, well, I say I used to trade stocks, but I was more into currency pairs and precious metals, mainly gold, US 30, and also basically just any currency stock. Like, I was a degenerate for currency pairs rather. So like the euro, the yen, the US dollar, the euro, and I would just literally look at news like 24/7. Like, as soon as there's like a negative news around the euro, be like, buy like the Japanese yen euro pairs, like that kind of BS. It was so boring compared to crypto. Stop by to say what's up. Have a great weekend, Cowboy Nation. What's up, Shorty Gussman? Hope you're having a good weekend, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. One of the biggest OGs on my channel is you, my friend. I can't remember when you subbed, but I'm pretty sure you subbed when I literally first started making strong content. And I swear I didn't even have 1,000 subs back then. Like, you've been subbed for at least 2 months, so you must have been subbed when I had like 500 subs, if that. So 100% shout out to you, my friend. I'm actually going to add you as a moderator in case you see any spam in the chat. Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone, as well. If it weren't for him, I'll probably be doing Steppen and risking of losing thousands of dollars of NFT shoes and holding through the bear market. Yeah, I hope no one's going to be... Well, I mean, I guess if you're making money from it and you've already made your initial, then so be it. But coming into a bear market, these move to earns can only survive if more money comes into the market. That's how they work. If you've got one person at the top who's bought a shoe and they're the only person in the GMT ecosystem, they're going to get rewards, but they're not going to be worth anything because there's no market cap. The market cap comes in when 2 people beneath that initial person comes in and buys up the token supply, and then they use, or the GMT, Steppen, whoever, FitFi, they use that money, they use a portion of that money to pay the first person, and then you need another 3 people to come underneath to pay the 2 people above, then you need another 5 people to come in, buy up the supply to pay the initial people, and you have to keep on adding to the pyramid. If you do not add to the pyramid, if you don't have new people entering the market, then the whole thing flops. And Matt just said RIP Stronger, and that is exactly what happened to Stronger, because Strong and Stronger, they run on the same type of Ponzi scheme. Unless someone's come for Stronger, it's someone had to come in and buy a strong node, like lock up the supply by buying a node. And unless that happened, then the market cap doesn't go up and the rewards aren't worth anything. The rewards are only worth something because people have come in and put, a fiat currency into this stupid Stronger crypto. So Stronger got absolutely rug pulled. And I still had a comment also on my channel saying that, Strong and Stronger are still going to go to the moon. Like, it pains me. Like, the Strongblock announcements yesterday literally said, yes, we're a rug pull, and people are they're still saying strong to the moon. I'm just like, come on, man, come on. It's dreadful. Strong block needs to be. I mean, I think David, whoever it is, the owner of Strong Block, needs to go to prison, man. It's an absolute scam. LMAO, Crypto Bandit, also my bad, lol. I just thought of that because I guessed you live near Glasgow region. I actually literally live almost the complete opposite side of the north. Like, I'm on the east side of England, but I'm like northeast. I'm like east, south, northeast. Yeah, east, southeast, east, but mainly east. But yeah, I'm nowhere near Scotland. I'm really suck at accents, but I think Scottish people talk like this, and that's not what I talk. That's not what I talk like at all. So, yes, stay straight. That's why we follow you. Appreciate it, my friend. Love to hear that. Not here to hype anyone up or anything. Isn't that a bit of an insult for the British? What's an insult to the British? Is that what someone said to me, or is that what I said? Because I'm British myself, so if I made fun of the British, then yeah, if you leave a comment, I'm not sure what you're responding that to. So yeah, what did you mean, Bloodwolf? BTS, not as K-pop brand. BTS, I hate them because it stands for behind the scenes. Oh, being called Scottish. Isn't that a bit of an insult for the British? Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely don't enjoy being called Scottish. Not that there's anything wrong with being Scottish, but I do not like the Scottish accent. I think it's one of the most ugly accents, and I'm really sorry if you're Scottish and you have to hear that. But like I said, I'm 100% honest. I'm a brutally honest person. It's one of my biggest traits that you know, you either like it or you hate it. But I'm straight to the point. I don't like sugarcoating it. I do not like the Scottish accent. What accents do I like? Jamaican accent is one of the coolest accents. I think Russian accent as well. Russian accent is hella cool. You are wrong on Dogelon Mars. Dogelon Mars has nothing to do with all other meme tokens. I never said it has anything to do with the meme tokens, so I don't know what you're talking about. I think you've confused yourself there, but it is a meme token. If you don't think Dogelon is a meme token, then I don't know what to say. I just use this account as my main account for consumption because I want my main to be pure. Is this not your YouTube? I think you have a YouTube, don't you, Ape Tech? I could be wrong, but right now it's not the best time to focus on meme coins. That is my opinion as well. 2x earn is to cover anything like Steppen or others, with X being X to cover this category. Yeah, once again, I don't know what that means. With X being X to cover the category. Yeah, let's just say move to earn. Let's just say move to earn. It's not a meme token, lol. It is. It's a dog coin. It's a dog coin with zero utility. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna entertain this. It is a meme coin, my friend. It is a shit coin. It is a coin with a picture of a dog on the front of it, which does absolutely nothing. And that doesn't mean that you can't make money on dog coins, because I own ELON for the exact same reason, because I want to make money on it, because I think it's a funny dog coin with a low market cap, with a good name, with a good ticker symbol ELON, and it's got a funny profile pic for it. But it is a meme coin. Let's just call it how it is. It's not revolutionizing anything. It has no value associated with it. It is a shit coin to make money on. It is a meme. 43% is owned by this foundation. What another great reason why it's a shit coin. That's a pretty high allocation. What do you think of DOT? I do like DOT in the long term. I think it's a pretty good crypto. I like that you can stake it for a pretty high amount as well. But yeah. They are preparing for some good developments, but there are no developments at this moment in time, so it doesn't have any foundations. It's all good saying, you know, this is what it plans on doing in the future, but if I came out with Cowboy token, ticker symbol CWBY, and I said, You know, Cowboy token's going to have the best fundamentals. We're going to burn our cryptos every 1 month. We're going to burn the supply. I'll use my revenue to buy back the supply and burn it. We're going to have all these developments on it, all these smart chains. But if it hasn't been developed, then there's nothing to it. So it's all talk. It's all talk. If it comes out, then cool. Like I said, I hold ELON. I'm not hating on it, but it is a meme coin. So I like watching Crypto. It reminds me why I dropped doing powder. Oh, I wish you could like leave a voice clip in this chat so I could hear you doing like an Crypto impression. I love. He's got a funny voice. Like, I'll give him that. He's quite clickbaity. I don't watch him myself, but you know, he's doing his thing. Can't hate on him. Cowboy definitely was talking about me when he said he added Shorty as a mod to combat spam. No, I wasn't. Being called Scottish. Yeah, we already talked about that. What time frames do you trade? Well, it depends. I literally trade all the time frames, which isn't really much of a help, but I look on higher time frames. Obviously, higher time frames have like a much higher level of confluence, and we're going to talk about crypto.com and FitFi in just a second because I promised I would. But for example, if I was looking at getting into a trade on KDA, I'd start off on the weekly to make sure that, you know, I'm not entering at a dreadful time before we could move down to like another key important level. I like to look on the weekly and the monthly to start with to see if there's any bullish and bearish divergences, because that might be, I might see a bullish trade but we might have bearish divergence which might affect the price, or it might be bearish but we've got bullish divergence, and then that will make me want to look on the lower time frames and look for a time setup. So weekly, then I head over to the daily, see what's going on the daily. If I like what I see, 4 hourly time frame, that is when I figure out most of the levels that I want to buy and sell, and then 1 hourly time frame to finish it off. I just get the exact targets, look at what's really going on in the short term. But if I'm about to leverage trade like a meme coin or like an altcoin with like a low market cap, or let's just say I'm about to leverage trade an altcoin like Solana, because I have leverage trade Solana many times, and so they are fast movers. So I like to make sure that I'm on the 5-minute time frame buying from a position of strength. But like I said, I do not do analysis on the 5-minute time frame. I mean, if I do not do analysis on the 5-minute, 15-minute, half hour, I rarely do analysis on the hourly. Like, if you ever watch my channel and you see me covering the hourly, most of the time I'm like, take everything with a grain of salt, because the 1 hourly means absolutely nothing. But yeah. I don't know why you're sorry. Message retracted. Was this you retracting your message? Or was Shorty doing it? We should make a cowboy meme coin. I don't know. Should we? I don't know. Another YouTuber, Vision Pulse, always says that the cashier at Target doesn't buy Bitcoin. They buy meme coins with a dog on it. Yeah, that's probably true. Also, shout out to Vision Pulse. But yeah, retail traders, they say that it's too risk, or there's not enough return in Bitcoin, and they don't have enough capital to start with to invest in Bitcoin. I've had a lot of people message me in the past month or so, and you know, they tell me, hi, I'm in FitFi, hi, I'm in KNC, I'm in ApeCoin, I'm in all these cryptos, and they're down like 80 or 90%. What should I do? And I ask, what is your macro profile allocation to Bitcoin? And they all say 0. And I'm like, oh man, it would just be so much easier if everyone just held at least 50% of their portfolio in Bitcoin, because then you could go out with the other 50%, trade with all the shitcoins you want, but then if they go to 0, then you're not worried, because that is basically what's been happening the past month. But yeah, all people that are new to the market do not buy Bitcoin. When I was new to the market, I bought Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was like, when I first really got into Bitcoin, it was like $700. That's the first crypto that I bought. But when I really got into crypto, was XRP was the first one. I was obsessed with XRP. Man, I thought XRP was going to be like the next currency. I thought it was going to be the next... what else did I think it was going to be? I thought XRP was going to be a currency. I thought it was going to be held by all the banks. I thought it was going to be used by all banks for international remittance payments to make remittance payments cheaper. And then I read the white paper and I realized that central banks do not want a centralized shitcoin that another entity can completely control. So, for example, if you're a bank, why would you hold, because the point of XRP is you hold it for remittance payments. So if you're a bank and you spend 100,000 a year in transactions to send stuff to Mexico, and that takes up a lot of your fees, then, you know, in theory, if you held a couple of million in XRP, then you could make these international remittance payments with XRP and convert it to a different fiat currency, and you would offset that huge fee. But why would banks hold, you know, millions, potentially billions of XRP? Because that is how much they will need if they need open liquidity to make all their payments internationally. They'll need at least millions of XRP, millions of dollars worth of XRP. Why would they hold millions of dollars worth of XRP when it says in the white paper that the founders of XRP can simply decide what wallets receive and don't receive transactions? The XRP, you know, they can block transactions, they can block your wallet. So banks do not want something that they cannot control. I think we're very clear on that already. They don't like Bitcoin because they can't control it. They're not going to like XRP because they can't control it. They can do everything they do with XRP with a central bank digital currency, and that is what they are going to do, in my opinion. So, but like I said, Wolf, I was obsessed with XRP when I first became into the crypto space. I was brainwashed by XRP YouTubers. Also, after XRP, I got heavily into Chainlink because during the bear market, the only thing that was popping was Bitcoin. And I held Bitcoin at the time. It wasn't like a huge percent of my portfolio, but everything went down. And my Bitcoin obviously went down, but my altcoins capitulated so much harder than Bitcoin. So I kind of just held Bitcoin until I found Chainlink. And then I became obsessed with Chainlink because Chainlink... I don't even think Chainlink has much going for it other than smart contracts capabilities, but it was a lot more capable than Ethereum, and we really didn't have like Solanas and all that stuff back then. So yeah, you're right. People do not come into this market and buy Bitcoin. They buy things with a low price target because they think it will go up more. Like, for example, they'll look at Cardano and it will be like 50 cent, and they'll think that a 50 cent Cardano is cheaper than, you know, a couple $100 Monero. But, you know, the difference is that it's all about market cap. The price means absolutely nothing. It's all about market cap. The way Cowboy says slaughtered with British pause is hilarious. Do another impression. I have to have a sentence in my mind. KDA is going to get slaughtered. There we go. XRP. It was me deleting because of typo. Oh, okay. Shorty is probs AFK or something. Yeah, I think he said he just popped in to say what's up. So yeah. What's your takes on DeFi? Yeah, I love DeFi. I think DeFi is here to stay. I mean, obviously Bitcoin is DeFi, and Bitcoin is my favorite cryptocurrency asset, etc. So I do think it's the wild west with DeFi though. That is one thing to take note of. And for example, like when I first got into NFTs, I got into Solana NFTs, and I bought this NFT called a Cyber Frog. Let me find it over on Solana art. And the idea with Solana NFTs is they're almost all decentralized, or they're at least quote unquote decentralized. So it's very easy to rug pull because there's no one to be held accountable. Cyber frogs, here we go. So what happened with these cyber frogs is, if it will load, I bought some of these. I think I bought one for half a Solana, and I think I bought one for 1 Solana, and the price literally went from where I bought half a Solana to 1 Solana. it went down to 0.02 Solana, which at the time Solana was like $100. It went from like $100 frog and a $50 frog down to like two $2 frogs. So I invested like $150 just for the sake of it, just to buy my first NFT, and it went down to $4. And then after that, from 0.2, it went up all the way to 2. So from 2 to 0.02, it did 100x. That is ridiculous. So I got in the space and I got rug pulled. I lost like 99% of my money, and then it did 100x, which, you know, the DeFi space is absolutely ridiculous. Like it's the wild west. So yeah, but I do like DeFi. I think the thing is with DeFi is projects have to prove themselves with longevity. There's a lot of DeFi projects that are going to come and go. Haha, Cowboy, you're good. Us crypto YouTubers, or is that US crypto YouTubers? I'm going to assume you said us because you didn't capitalize it. Oh, us crypto traders all had gone through the ignorant stage while we're new. It's so true. Like, I don't, unless you're someone like Michael Saylor, like a complete giga chad, I don't think you can come into the crypto markets and not kind of get carried away with a lot of these things. I guess if you already have an economic background and you understand what defines like a security, then you do understand that 99% of cryptos and 99.99% of tokens are all securities. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. A lot, if the SEC clamps down on XRP for being a security, which by the way is, then a lot of other cryptos can get the stick from that. I mean, if they decide that XRP is a security, there's nothing to stop them from deciding that all ERC20 tokens are a security. The reason why I brought up mining cost / production cost, since they can be kind of essentially viewed as the value of a company if we're talking about stocks. Well, yeah, the value from Bitcoin comes from the hash rate, so how much people are able to mine. So yeah, like you said, I mean, the more people that are mining Bitcoin, the more sustainable the network is. Because let's say, for example, Bitcoin gets banned in every country, and there's only one guy that is able to, you know, hold up the Bitcoin code on his laptop, then it's 100% centralized, and that person can create something called a double spend, which is why Bitcoin was created, to stop double spends. Because, you know, with traditional fiat currencies, if you do make a payment to the bank, you can cancel that payment if, you know, you're in cahoots with your bank, or if you've got a good credit card. So that's called a double spend, and that's what Bitcoin tries to solve in a trustless manner, where you don't have that problem of double spends anymore. But it only works if you've got multiple validators set up across the world, all running the same copy of the Bitcoin blockchain. And making sure that no one person is submitting their copy of the Bitcoin blockchain with a double spend. Because if you do have only one person, or one person, let's say two people, and they both agree to edit one of the transactions on their list of the blockchain data, then they can create a double spend. Why are your messages being deleted? I don't know. I haven't deleted any of your messages. Have you entered any links into the chat? Because I have it so people can't enter links. Also, people can't enter certain words like WhatsApp and Telegram, because almost everyone who leaves those comments is a scammer. But yeah, I haven't seen. Is there a way to check what chats have been deleted? I don't know. But yeah, I haven't deleted any of your messages. Cowboy, how far would you say I've come along the leveling up in the crypto stage? I don't know, my friend. I don't know how much of a trader you are, so yeah, I do not know. All right, we said we'd do crypto.com and FitFi, so let's do these ones quickly. So crypto.com, obviously the weekly time frame, you've capitulated below the 786. I think very simply, I said that we are going to go down to this price level, and I still think that is going to happen. So 14 cent is what I see panning out for crypto.com. The problem with crypto.com is not only is the entire altcoin market bearish at this moment in time, But Crypto.com has really messed up their fundamentals. So it does not have the same fundamentals as it used to. It doesn't have the same technicals as it used to. And a lot of the community aren't happy, myself included. As soon as I was able to unstake, I unstaked. And that was a very good thing because it has absolutely capitulated. I think we're almost halfway down since I sold my Crypto.com. 43% discount. I sold because I had one of their Visa cards that I was staking for, and it was a decent amount of money that I was staking in the Crypto.com Visa card, and they basically said, okay, you know, you're paying all this money for all these things, we're going to take all of those away, but you're still going to have free Netflix and free Spotify and a couple of % cashback. And it was just not worth the money. So yeah, I did it for the cashback, I did it for the staking rewards. Literally every week I had enough like staking rewards to like go to the shop, get myself dinner, get some drinks, get some... It was a good time when staking had high rewards over on Crypto.com, but now it's been diminished. I understand why they did it, but they could have done it a little bit more smoothly, you know. They could have prepared it at least, you know. Could have given me a heads up, could have given everyone a heads up, like say, hey, in the next couple of months we're gonna do something like this. Or they could have said, hey, the rewards are getting too exponential, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease the rewards every 1 month by 1% point. So that's like a happy medium. They could have done 1,000,001 different things, but they were just like, no, everyone who's currently got a card staked for $10,000, all of the good things of it have gone. But yeah, you get free Netflix and Spotify. So Crypto.com's really messing up right now. They also tried to pinch the money from successful Luna traders before the CEO, or was it the CFO, backpedaled. And he apologized on Twitter saying, hey, we're not going to do it anymore. But the fact of the matter is they literally said that they were going to reverse transactions, and they did. And they only didn't do it because of the community backlash. Just like the only reason why they didn't stick with the card rates is because of the community backlash. But Crypto.com has gone from my favorite exchange to my least favorite exchange. I have no more... Actually, I have a tiny bit of money left in Crypto.com, but it's in my Crypto.com Visa card because even after unstaking, I still earn 1% cashback on my card, because I think when you unstake, they move you down to the red card or the blue card, but you've got like 1% cashback on it. So whenever I go out shopping, I do just top it up and pay on there. But yeah, I don't buy crypto through Crypto.com anymore. I think it's breaking down. I think we're going to 14 cent. We're in a bear flag right now, showing extreme weakness. Lower time frames. You are capitulating into the EMA ribbons. Interesting to note though, inverse head and shoulder right here, which I don't think is going to play out. But like I said, I try and be as objective as I can in all my trades. So even if I think it's going to go down, which is, you know, not backing up my theory, I'll still talk about it if I see it. But I just don't see this playing out. IMO. So you could see if this does break out, it really wouldn't be anything special. It would be a pushback up to 21 cent. I guess we're kind of slanted on this, so... Yeah, I don't... And wait, that just brings you back up to the... Not even the top of the bull flag. So yeah, Crypto.com does not look too good, in my opinion. I think the main thing we need to be paying attention to is Bitcoin. And I do think Bitcoin's going to capitulate, so I think it is going to slaughter Crypto.com. And if we finish this off on the Crypto.com BTC pair... Because obviously, if Crypto.com's not outperforming Bitcoin, then it makes no sense to hold it. And you can clearly see we're absolutely landsliding against BTC. I mean, only in the past 20... So shall we go back to the 21st, so a month ago? So 21st was right here. In the past month, we're down 36%. Not against the US dollar, against Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is also getting slaughtered on the month. So Bitcoin is heavily outperforming Crypto.com. It makes no sense for me at this moment in time to hold any Crypto.com. Although, interesting to note, weekly time frame, we are coming back to this support line that we have touched ourselves on a few times before. So if we do manage to hold this, which I don't think we will, I think we're going to come down another 35% against Bitcoin. And if that does happen, because I think Bitcoin's going to come down 25%, so if Bitcoin's going to come down 25%, and this is going to come down 35%, then that would be a 60% drop on the Crypto.com USD price. If Bitcoin capitulates 25%, then Crypto.com would capitulate a lot harder. So maybe we won't make it all the way down there. That is a bit brutal. I don't think we would be doing a 60% drop from here, just to let you know. But so yeah, like I said, maybe we won't come down that far, but I do think we are at least coming down to 14 cents. So, you know, that's the next 30% or so for you. 23% from where we are. I think we're breaking down. So yeah, that's what I think of Crypto.com. I'll talk about FitFi in just 1 second because people also asked for that as well. I'm trying to make sure I missed nothing. Haha, I thought you were Scottish because your weather says 12 degrees and Glasgow is spot on. No, my friend. Well, I was about to say the UK, but Scotland is in the UK. Britain. Oh wait, have we already read this? Slaughtered. Yeah, we have. Okay, so I'm rereading. We've done that. We've done that. Definitely. Oh, okay. I think this was in response to my altcoin rant. Definitely been there. Bought Bitcoin first and sold it for alts. In hindsight, I was better off to hold Bitcoin. Exactly the same as me, my friend. No shame in it. Everyone kind of sucks when they first get into the crypto markets. And a lot of people get suckered in thinking that altcoins have value when they don't. And I'm not talking about all altcoins, because a lot of altcoins have value, but I'm telling you, 95% of altcoins do not have any value whatsoever. And, you know, people might say, you know, what about the top 25 cryptos? And I would agree, but I'm not talking about the top 25 cryptos. There's so many cryptos. Like, is there any way to do this in the inverse order? How do we find, how many cryptos are there? Once again, if you want to follow me over on Twitter, I'm going to shamelessly plug it, at 618_cowboy. I really just share memes, I share NFTs, pictures of Baklava. I was thinking of calling myself Baklava Cowboy or Baklava Bandit over on Twitter. If you don't know me that well and you haven't followed me on Twitter or you haven't been in the Discord for that long, I love baklava. I eat baklava every single day. It's like my obsession. Baklava is the best dessert ever. So yeah, if you want to follow me over on Twitter, it's here at 618_cowboy. Baklava Cowboy. If that Twitter @ hasn't been taken, that would be a great @. The reason why I brought... Okay, no, we read that as well. Why are my messages being deleted? We've already read that. Cowboy Health, we've already read that. Okay, I think this is new. Okay, maybe not safe for work, auto filter. No, I just talked about Aurora. I'm not sure. I'm seeing your messages now, so maybe just leave another message. What were you talking about on Aurora? I didn't see your message. Cowboy, what are your live stream schedules? Great time to talk to you. Great to talk to you as well, my friend. I literally have no live stream schedules. I kind of just live stream whenever I want. Whenever I see that there's anything interesting going on in the markets. And today we had that bounce on Bitcoin that a lot of people got out of bed for. So I thought it'd probably be a good idea to make a live stream, just talk about it. If we have a massive capitulation event where we're like landsliding or we have a massive explosion, I'll probably live stream. But yeah, I won't live stream every day. I normally live stream once a week or so. Petition to have those YouTubers' portfolio published. What YouTubers? I think I've already published mine, but yeah, I have. But I've got a new one. How do you add Squeeze Mom? Which one do you use? And Trading View is making me pay. It shouldn't make you pay. Okay, so if I've never added the Squeeze Mom over on this Trading View over here, so if I'm able to add this, you should 100% be able to add this. Let me see, because I need to remember what it is. It's SQZMOM when you type it in. It's by Lazy Bear. So you simply want to click on indicators, type in SQZMOM, and it should be this one right here by Lazy Bear. If you click on it, There you go, bang, bada bing, bada boom. You have the squeeze bomb. And you shouldn't have to pay for that. Remember, if you've got two moving averages, because you asked me how to make the 200 and the 300 EMA, if you've got two moving averages, that counts as 2 out of your 3 indicators that I believe you have. So yeah, that is something to take note of. And another thing, you can add as many volumes as you want. So if you, for some reason, you want the volume to be thicker, like you can see, you can keep on adding the volume and it just becomes brighter. Can we move the volume down and have a separate pane? Yes, you can. So the volume is another indicator that you can have it for free as well. So also, a lot of people don't know this. When you move a pane down, you can actually quantify it, because you can see this is on the y-axis of the amount of volume that's been traded. If you did want to quantify this in an easier way, you can simply scroll over to the candle that you did want to quantify. So for example, if we want to quantify how much Bitcoin was bought and sold this week, we'd hover over this weekly candle, and you can see that the volume changes number as you go over to different candles. So this candle, you can see 12,000 was sold. I know no one asked for that, but yeah. And we'll check out FitFi in 1 second. We're all degens trading air, pretty much. Crypto guy, yo, what's up, my friend? Bounce on Bitcoin, people got out of bed for. Yeah, this was literally the bounce. Like 12 hours ago, this was the bounce that people were getting out of bed for. It was like 1% at its height. It moved up 1.27%. I saw a lot of people getting out of bed for this. A lot of people. Too many people. And it's also people got out of bed because a lot of altcoins move. You can see Dose is up 16%. Most of these are up 15. One Earth is up 16. Inverse, but this is just a random, as far as I'm concerned, shitcoin. I have no idea what this is, but on some charts, this literally just goes up, down, up, down, up, down with the most insane spikes. So yeah, but a lot of cryptos are up today. Altcoins mainly Spell up almost 8%, JASMY up 16, FTM up 17, ELON up 7. I think that's what people got out of bed for. The FBI, we got them. Start 30-day free trial. You call that a bounce? Haha, I don't even have my chart zoomed in on the minute. That's what people were getting out of bed for. Obviously, if you watch my videos today, I told you I'm not getting out of bed. Well, I'm out of bed right now, but you know, I wasn't getting out of bed for this move. But a lot of people got out of bed for this move. Gods on Chain had a massive spike. I heard about that, but I haven't checked it out. Gala, FitFi, Crow, just a few tokens I'm accumulating over time. So we were also going to check out FitFi before I forget. I just realized it's almost midnight. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours, damn. I'm hungry. Gotta get myself some baklava for dessert. Oh, I was trying to trade this on higher time frames. I was like, wait, what happened to my chart? But no, FitFi has just not been trading for long. Daily time frame. The only good thing I can say about this on the daily is that selling volume is starting to subside. That is a very good sign for FitFi. On the weekly selling volume starting to subside. That is another great sign. For hourly, you can really tell that volume is decreasing, but it's very 50-50. It's more, I'd say it's 60% bullish, 40% bearish, because while you are seeing a decrease in bearish volume, you're also seeing a decrease in bullish volume. I mean, look, we've got bullish volumes candles up here. Even if I'm being conservative, you know, we had the lowest volume candles we had back here was right here, and we're just not anywhere near what we previously were putting in. So it's very 50-50 for FitFi at this moment in time. I think the breakdown is more likely. 1.618 we almost bounced on. Candle body close 1.6 was perfectly held. So I'd say the next price we're coming down to is to back test 16 cent. We really need to hold that. 2.618 is down at 12 cent. I'd probably not just FitFi. I think Bitcoin is going to break down in the next week or so, and because of that, I think obviously all the altcoins are going to break down as well. So I think Bitcoin moving down to 22k would probably mean FitFi at least moving back down to these lows, which would be, well, we were talking about this originally. This was my first prediction, and I was saying I think we're going to move down 63% for FitFi, and we're already kind of moving down. You know, we're 57% of the way away from it, so we've moved down what, 15%. I think the next target, especially being conservative, would be the 2.618 at 12.6 cent. That's where I'd personally be targeting for FitFi. At this moment in time, I'm not holding it. If you did get in on my last trade on FitFi, where were we? We were somewhere around about here. I remember trading this, but I can't remember how I traded this. Okay, I think I remember. I think we bought the bounce on here, and we sold as we came up to the top. This was way too big of a pump, though. I did not profit nearly that much. So it wasn't from here to here, but we got in a trade somewhere around about here, and I said on that video, and I sold in the and I said in the Discord that my stop loss, my take profit would be up here, and at the time of the video we did take profit. So I don't hold any FitFi anymore. I did already make some pretty monster gains on FitFi. So this is how I operate. Like I just love cycling between these new altcoins. I use a small amount of my Bitcoin to trade these shitcoins. I double up on my Bitcoin. I take my initial investment, let the rest ride, make more money, convert it back to Bitcoin, and then start off with new shitcoins. I think that's the best thing to do. I never want to be stuck holding a bag of something like FitFi or any move to earn. I've explained this many times on my live streams how these move to earns work, but they're basically Ponzi schemes. If no one else is coming in and putting in money to increase the market cap behind you, then the token rewards are just, they're only worth what they were worth when you came into the market, assuming that no one else buys or sells. And the more people that come in, obviously the more it's worth. So that is a Ponzi. When you think about it, most things in life are Ponzi's anyway. I'm not saying all Ponzi's are bad, because they're not all bad. I'm trying to think of a Ponzi that would not be bad, because anything that's like a triangle pyramid scheme is obviously a Ponzi. If new people are coming into the market and benefiting people up at the top, then it's Ponzi. So yeah, I can't think of any Ponzi examples off the top of my head outside of crypto. Oh god, we got a lot of messages. Squeeze one, we already did that. Bounce, we already talked about that. Even if Bitcoin crawled up to 34k, that's just validating our downtrend. You based in UK, dude? Yes, I am. I'm in Britain, or I'm in England, whatever one you want to call it. I'm in Britain? Yeah, you would say that. I am in Britain, but people just say England. I'm from England. I remember when I wasn't banned in your Discord, people like Lazak and maybe this person were hyping up FitFi. So I mean, it was hyped up at one point. I was pretty I was bullish on this when we were above the 4-hourly EMAs, but you know, the important thing to note is make sure you get out at the right time, because if you know you're seeing hype in these markets, you might as well take advantage of it. Recognizing that a crypto is a shitcoin, but recognizing you can also make money off it, and recognizing that you want to leave before your bags are disintegrated and becoming someone else's exit liquidity is definitely worthwhile. I've traded a ton of cryptos that I've known are shitcoin Ponzi schemes, but like I say, I don't love it, I don't hate it, I just trade it. If I saw a potential breakout on XRP that was a good trade, I would take it, and I am not a fan of XRP, so it's all about getting more Bitcoin. Nothing else matters. It's all about Bitcoin. Yes, my guy is British. Best British YouTubers, unlike those cringe Minecraft British YouTubers. I mean, I've definitely got nothing on KSI, that's all I'm saying. I mean, KSI is not only a funny YouTuber, but he's also a sick boxer. So I would say KSI is a great British YouTuber. I do like KSI. He's a funny guy, and he's a pretty good boxer. Nice one. Ape Tech TV. Does anyone in here watch boxing or mixed martial arts? I used to watch boxing, but now I literally only watch MMA. I love MMA. I find it so much more entertaining than boxing or football. The only sports I'm really into is mixed martial arts and basketball. I can't really think of anything else. I play basketball. I don't do any mixed martial arts anymore. I used to, but not anymore. I've got a boxing bag in my gym, but you know, I can't exactly say that I do boxing just because I hit a boxing bag for like half an hour. But yeah, this dog. These names are all so hard to pronounce, man. Archie Graham, Bob, or Bo Bingay, Dog Dick, Yurida are all pretty good at TAs. And if you're in the server, you defo need to pay attention to them. I do see Dog Dick a lot. I'm going to stop reading that man's name. I'm going to stop reading it. He funny, lol, I'm not going to read that. Didn't KSI lose money on Luna? Yes, he did. He lost a lot of money on Luna. This dude literally bought 100 million a few hours before it crashed. Dude YOLO'd. Oh wait, this dude literally bought at $100 a few hours before it crashed. I think he bought the dip as well, which is very sad. So yeah, I think that about covers it. I'm probably going to end the live stream in like the next couple of minutes or so. So if any of you have any questions about, I don't know, anything relating to the markets, or maybe not relating to the markets, now's your time to ask, because I'm probably going to wrap it up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So what's everyone saying? How's everyone's weekend going? Oh, what's up, Blazak? How are you doing, my friend? I also played basketball back in the days. Basketball's such a fun sport. I love basketball. I really don't like football, and I especially don't like watching it. I really don't like watching sports other than mixed martial arts. I love playing basketball. Don't like watching it. I don't like watching football either. It's okay to play. Why not hold stable coins? I'll show you a few reasons why. By the way, once again, shamelessly going to shout out, if you want to follow my Twitter over here, @618cowboy is my Twitter link. Let's see, because I think a few people followed me, so shout out to you. Yeah, shout out to you, 2 people who followed me. What are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about why would we not buy stable coins. Let's start with USDN, US dollar neutrino. So this is at 97 cent right now, but you come over to the past couple of months, this not only went down to, where was this? It went down to 69 cent, but also recently it capitulated and went down to 74 cent. That is exhibit number 1. Load up exhibit number 2. US Terra. Well, I don't even think I need to look at the chart. This is, enough said, this is meant to be a stable coin. It's down 15% on the day and it's 5 cent. You know, you zoom out, monthly time frame, this is what happened to Terra USD. Let's load up exhibit number 3. Tether. Now, if we hop over to the 7-day, I think it happened last week. Monthly, here we go. 97 cent over on USDT. And don't get me wrong, USDT, other than US, there's only one other, what's it called, stablecoin that I would trust more than USDT, and that is USDC, but I would not trust any stablecoins. There is no stablecoin that's more stable than the US dollar, because obviously these stablecoins are meant to be pegged to the US dollar. So there's going to be nothing more stable than the US dollar. I understand why people enter stablecoins. They want both to earn high interest on their stablecoins, and they want liquidity in the markets in case they quickly want to buy and sell Bitcoin or other crypto commodities, assets, etc. But they're very risky in my opinion. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this is a great company, but you know, one of their audits is done by Fairy Proof. Like I said, I'm sure it's a great audit or whatever, but you know, I'm not the biggest fan of stablecoins. I don't even think I've ever really been in stablecoins. Hi dude, I'm fine. I'm just very hungry. I forgot to eat all day. Damn, that's not like you, man. What are you eating tonight? Another pizza with prosciutto and parmesan. Speak Hungarian right now. I can't speak Hungarian. Oh, are you talking to Lazak? I only know random bits of different languages. I could call you an idiot and a fool in Japanese or something. Bakayaru konnayaru. But yeah, I can't really have a whole conversation with you in Japanese. We spammed the crap out of Ask Cowboy. Yes, you did. What the fuck is happening to stablecoins? A lot of them are capitulating. USDT is still holding up. Luna UST is at like 5-6 cent. Oh hell no. USDT is fine. Binance owns CoinMarketCap. It's FUD by them. I don't think it's FUD. I heard news article, or at least I heard from a bunch of very, very, very reliable sources, which I can't disclose who they are, but I do have some friends that are almost whales, and they hold a lot of USDT, and they wouldn't lie to me about, you know, their bag going down. So I do not think it's FUD. Every exchange shows USDT is correctly peg. They just want to switch to BUSD. Damn, you still streaming? Yeah, I'm literally going to wrap it up in the next 5 minutes. So like I said, if you do want to ask me any more questions, then in literally the next 5 minutes or so, let's call it 1/4 past. By 1/4 past, I'm probably going to wrap up this video. So it is gone midnight now. I'm hungry. It is baklava time. Time to have some baklava, as always. Sussy Backer reference. That wasn't a Sussy Backer reference. That was a Naruto reference to what's his name? Oh, he's the guy who raps. It's nothing to do with Sussy Backer. I'm trying to remember who he is. He's the 8-tail Jinchuriki. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he always raps and he says Bakairu Konnairu. Yeah, I don't even know what Sussy Backer is. I've just heard of it, but it's not a reference from there. It's a reference from Naruto. I just got in here. Did Bitcoin find the bottom? What about altcoins, ELON? We covered the altcoins earlier, but you know, just a quick run through. I think most of the altcoins are going to continue to capitulate coming into next week. And also Bitcoin, I don't think the bottom is in for Bitcoin. I still think 22k is on the table. Nothing's changed. On the daily time frame, we had a baby bounce and everyone got out of bed for it. We were trading up in a channel, but we've fallen out of it and we're back testing it now. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really pay attention to the Squeeze Mom or the EMA ribbons on the hourly. I'm much more interested in the 4-hour, and we have got rejected from the 4-hourly EMAs. So doesn't mean we can't come up to the top. I just don't think that Bitcoin is going to have the best chance of getting over 30,000. If we do take out 30,000, we could come up to 34, maybe even 38 before we do capitulate back down to these levels. But I think it's more likely that we're going to head down rather than up. I wouldn't be betting on like a 10% move to the upside. I'm more hedging myself for a 25% move to the downside. Do you use heat map in your BTC trading? No, I don't use heat map, but I have checked it out multiple times before over on this cool website called lookintobitcoin.com. USD is okay to hold during a bear market. I guess so. I wouldn't hold any any stable coins. I'm pretty sure I was here in 2018. I'm pretty sure it depegged back here as well. Yeah, it did. It went all the way down to 92 cents. So, you know, this has been battle tested. Like, it has gone down to much lower levels and it has managed to bounce back up. So I don't think USDT is going anywhere necessarily, but you know, I wouldn't trust it with my money per se, even though it does seem like one of the more trustable altcoins. I'm very, very cautious with where I leave my money. I don't even want to leave like even chump change in cryptocurrency altcoins in exchanges. I hate leaving anything in an exchange. I prefer everything to be in my ledger, and that is mainly BTC. Cowboy W, Cowboy, you've done so much for us. Take a break. I will do in a couple of minutes or so, for sure. I'm gonna eat some baklava. I'm gonna listen to some music. And yeah, what do you think about Aurora new platform? I've never heard of it in my entire life, to be honest, my friend. So yeah, my opinion would not really be valid for that one because I have no idea. If you had 10k, what would you invest in? I'd probably put like 9k in Bitcoin, and then I don't know, because I wouldn't put it all in crypto at this moment in time, but yeah. Oh, I know what I'd put 1k in. So I'd put 9k in Bitcoin, and I'd spend 1k on like a year or two's worth of supply of packet ramen. I love ramen. You know, I will never have enough money that I won't eat ramen. Like, ramen is so good. If you're broke, ramen is like such a good food to just chow down on. Like when I was, well, I mean, obviously I'm not like a millionaire, I'm not like rich or anything, but when I didn't have that much money compared to now, all I ate was ramen, and I still eat so much ramen, but I just eat it in restaurants. Ramen's so good. You're making me hungry, man. Why do you have to ask me that question? 10k, probably split it in BTC, Sol, ETH right now. Fair enough. Cowboy, how is it possible that you are never tired? Because I literally function on Red Bull. Like, I posted this morning. I love Red Bull. And I'll also show you my cat. This is my cat. She's beautiful. And here's some baklava that I had for breakfast. But yeah, I was drinking a couple of Red Bulls this morning, so that is why I'm probably up right now, because I've had 3 Red Bulls today, and I thought about having another Red Bull, but I was like, nah. I'm normally up at this time anyway. I normally don't sleep until like 1:30 or 2 in the morning, so I don't really get too tired. What the cat doing? The cat just chilling. Cat straight chilling. B, yes, it's the 8-tailed Jinchuriki. I forgot his name. B, Killer B. Such a good anime. Such a good anime. Never mind. I think you should buy the Lunar Dip. Nah. I'd buy XRP before I buy the Lunar Dip. Actually, to be fair, I'd probably buy a Lunar because it's got a better risk to reward ratio than XRP. He's just good like that. Oh, okay. To me being never tired. I don't know what BTS is. I thought about doing an 80-20 between ETH and Sol. 80 on ETH. I mean, it's up to you. I don't hold any ETH, and I literally never hold. I don't think I think the most amount of, yeah, I've only held ETH like once, and I think I sent it to my Ledger wallet, and then I realized how much of a fee I paid on that one transaction, and I was like, this is the worst blockchain ever. I'm going to sell, man. I hate ETH. And I only used Ethereum one other time, because I've used the network a bunch of times. Like, you know, I used to be big into a lot of ERC20 tokens, so I used to send Chainlink a lot and all these other different things. But yeah, Ethereum has never been a fun time holding. Every single time, because I had to claim like an ICE. It was an ICO, yeah, not IPO. It was an initial coin offering that I got for VPAD that I had to claim, and it was just horrible. I spent like $160 because I had like multiple failed transactions. Using Ethereum sucks. After they sort out the gas fees, it will be one of the best blockchains in the world, but they need to sort out they need to sort out the gas fees. Solana, yeah, we do love Solana. I was sure that you will eat Baklava. Of course, of course. Like, I literally... Oh no, this is the wrong photo. I literally always eat Baklava. If you scroll through my Twitter, every now and then I post it. But yeah, Baklava is like a godsend dessert. When's the last time I posted Baklava? I don't post Baklava as much as I used to. I can never get as good photos on it anymore. I take a photo of it and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look as good. But yeah, this is a great tray of baklava that I had from my local Turkish baker. I could just sit here talking about baklava like this is the most out of topic crypto channel. But yeah. Cowboy face reveal, not that I'd care, but that would be interesting. I'm probably never going to do a face reveal because the only I don't know why I would do a face reveal other than wanting fame. I mean, is that why people do a face reveal? I don't know. Why do people do a face reveal? I never want to be famous. I always want to be able to walk in public without anyone knowing who I am. And that's a big stretch, like me saying, oh, I don't want to be famous. Like my YouTube channel with 5k subscribers is going to go to like millions and millions and everyone's going to know who I am. Like obviously I'm absolutely no one right now. No one would know who I was even if I did do a face reveal right now. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do a face reveal. I'm not really interested. I much prefer staying doxed. It's much more fun. What do you think about DOT? Yeah, DOT's okay. Can you check out the Solana chart? I'll check it out just for 1 second, but I'm going to wrap up the video in a second, so I won't do like a lot of TA on it. Cowboy, I was joking about the Lunar dip. That is good. Cowboy, we love you for your content. I will stop typing now and allow you to wrap up the stream. Keep up the amazing and honest content. I appreciate that, my friend ApeTech. ETH is outdated as fuck. Yeah. I mean, it's only good because it's got the first mover effect, and you know, to be honest, it has a lot of developers on it. It has a lot of swaps. It has a lot of platforms, projects built on top of it. So it is good. The only problem with ETH is that the gas fees are horrible. So if they did fix the gas fees, it would be amazing. But right now, it's just horrible. It's not worth the gas fees. So yeah, let's check out Solana and then I'm going to wrap up the video. So I won't be doing any more altcoin requests, but if you've got any more questions for me, I'll probably answer them before I do hang up the stream. Let's start off on the higher time frames. Obviously, as this I think this has got more brutal since yesterday. 816. It has. What has the daily volume been? 64. So on the weekly, we are still seeing an increase in bearish volume. That is not a good sign. That is typically a sign that the bottom isn't in yet, which is obviously not the best for Solana. We're capitulating in terms of price, and with the volume is obviously going up. That's not a good sign, like I said. We'll check out the... Actually, wait, I'm not even going to run the oscillators on this. I'm just going to run... Because I checked yesterday and there wasn't any divergences, so there's not much point in checking today. There's not going to be macro divergence that has just played out over like 1 day, so there's not much point. Daily time frame, you can argue that we have broken out to the downside of this bear flag. You can also argue that we have retested the 0.5 Fibonacci, so in the micro term, you are still technically bullish. You are finding support. What was this trend line previously? Because on the daily it doesn't look like much. Maybe on the weekly it was a close. Yeah, on the weekly it was a plethora of closes. Let me line this up here. I mean, that's the next level down, so we don't really have much further to go. I think the problem is, once you come down to this level, there's really not too much to hold us up. $42 would be next, 34, and then literally where I'm targeting, which is $26 and $19. Coming over to the daily, like I said, you have fallen out of the side of this bull flag, which is not a good sign in itself, but you are holding the 0.5. So it is a very 50-50 mix on Solana right now. Interestingly enough, there is also an increase in volume, and it is not only just in terms of selling volume, it is also in terms of buying volume. So we're really 50-50 on this week. It does look like we are probably approaching a bottom, but I do think it could get more nasty before we do find a bottom. I'm actually personally targeting this percent drop for Solana. I think we're going to move down another 47%. This would mean that Solana is going to come down to $26.45, which I would absolutely love, because that is approximately a third of the price from when I sold my Solana. So I had a stake wallet on Solana, and as I kind of saw that we were capitulating, you know, I've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks now, but as I saw we were capitulating, I sold my stake bags. I still do have a tiny bit of Solana for the long term, which I don't really plan on selling unless it goes to like $1,000. So I still do hodl Solana, and you know, my YouTube channel, my profile pic right now is a Solana NFT. So I really haven't left the Solana ecosystem. I'll show you this, but if we type in bounty hunter, this is my profile pic over on YouTube that I'm running, and I love my profile pic. It's definitely never going to be up for sale. I really don't care what the price of these are, to be honest. But yeah, these are cool. I debated like a bunch of different ones, but I think I picked the perfect one. I might get another couple of these. I might get like a little army of them. Some of these are badass. Like this one's cool. I feel like I'd want to get an orange one, like a Bitcoin hunter. But yeah, these are pretty cool. This is my profile pic, and also trash pandas. If you've ever looked at my what's it called, my background over on YouTube, you probably noticed these two little raccoons in the corner. That's also two other NFTs that I never am going to sell, simply because they are probably going to sit in the corner of my YouTube banner for like forever. I don't know, I don't want to change it, so I don't know. The problem is, if I did want to sell these, I would have to change my banner, and this, I mean, 5 to 6 Solana is not a significant amount of money, so it'd only be like 12 Solana, or if I took the global offers, I'd get what, like 10.2 Solana. I'm really not interested in selling these whatsoever, so yeah, you're probably going to see these throughout the end of time. Even if they go to like $10,000 in NFT, they're probably going to still be sitting in my my YouTube banner. So I don't think I'm going to leave the Solana NFT community. I'm pretty sure I'm always going to hold my DJ and Trash Pandas and my Bounty Hunter. I probably don't plan on selling those, but I do think Solana could go lower. So we just checked out Solana. I'm going to wrap up the video in just a second. Enjoy your night, bro. I can't wait till the next live stream. Thank you, my friend. I hope you enjoy your night as well. Hope to catch you in the next live stream as well. I know a few people have said, like last live stream we did, that a lot of people couldn't make the live stream, because I think I live streamed like in the middle of the day on a weekday, and obviously a lot of people have 9 to 5 jobs and stuff, and I don't have a 9 to 5 or a part-time or anything, so I mean, I couldn't post as much content as I did if I did have a job, to be fair. So, I mean, this is, YouTube and trading. I mean, obviously YouTube pays me like fuck all, but trading, that is where I get my income from. So I've got a lot of free time. So sometimes I stream at like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. on like a Wednesday, and obviously a lot of people can't come in, but actually less views than when I streamed in like the middle of the week. So very interesting. I think the views are just going down for my channel as we're kind of capitulating into bear market territory. I haven't checked out other people's channels. Maybe YouTube's done a shadow ban on me or something, but I don't think I've done anything wrong. I don't understand why. Solana to $100, 150 possibly. Also, TradingView uses a lot of GPU for the charts, I just realized. Yeah, I think my new GPU on my PC should be fine for that. I mean, I'm surprised how well it's streaming right now. Although looking at the refresh rate, it does seem like it lags a tiny bit every now and then, which is another big reason why I did want to get a new PC. Maybe that's why your screen recordings got messed up, and multiple trading view windows were competing for GPU. Maybe, but I actually I shut down my PC, like I shut it down. I opened up TradingView and I tried to record on literally one screen, and it was lagging like hell. Like, it was literally one frame every 10 seconds. So you know how people say like, oh, 100 frames per second? But I was getting like 10 frames a minute. Like, I was getting like 6 frames per minute. It was literally like every 6 seconds, one frame. And I only had one tab open, and currently I've got all these tabs open, and I've got my Brave browser opened, and I'm live streaming, and previously all I was trying to do was record one tab, and it was just freaking out. No matter how many times I came off it and started to record, it just kept freaking out. I'm 99% sure Sol will drop and accumulate into $14 to $20. I'm not 99% sure like you, but I'm fairly certain as well. I mean, like I said earlier on in this stream, this green box is my price target. It's $26.54 and $19.39. They correlate both to these lows, and these are also some lows down there. I can't remember exactly what it's from, but yeah, those are my targets. So very similar. Strong buy block range. I'm trying to figure out what that means. For a second I thought you were saying something about strong block or something. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Strong buy range? I don't know. Same for DOT. 365, thousands of people get wrecked in alts. Things that need to happen. Sounds about right. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video now, so I'm just gonna read these videos and head off. So good night to all of you. Or I'm not going to sleep now, but you know, if you are going to sleep, good night. Yes, thank you, Cowboy, for your work and your TAs. Thank you, ApeTech, for tuning in, my friend. I will see you in the next one. I go for some tacos. Oh, that's nice. I'm getting hungry now. I'm gonna have to go and eat something after this. I already had dinner though, so Cowboy is living off crypto. I mean, my net worth got slashed in half in like the past like 6 months or so. So, but yeah, still, I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Your bit rate is 2.5 megabits at 180p. That's why you're fine. I think that's good, isn't it? Is that what it says over here? I'm not sure. This must be KBPC? That must be 2.5 megabits per second. But it says the stream's bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate, so hopefully this changes when I do get my new PC. Let me see. Talk to me on Twitter, I'll analyze it for you. I mean, it seems fine now, and I'm going to be getting a new PC in the next... Well, it says it's going to be here by the 31st, but I did get an email from them, not yesterday, but the day before, saying it's already been built. So I'm literally just waiting. They sent me a tracking number. It hasn't been picked up by the Depop that ships it. So I'm literally just waiting for it to come. Hopefully it comes like tomorrow or something. That would be ideal. But, you know, 31st, it should be here. Send PC pic and full spec or model name. I have no idea what the model name or full spec is. I have no idea how to find that information, but I'll send you a pic over on Twitter. It's garbage. I'll look into it now. It's got a Asus Prime A320 MK motherboard. No idea what that means. I think the CPU is like that square chip that plants itself on the motherboard, and you've got to like clip in the CPU, and you normally put a fan over the CPU. I don't know what the CPU is, but I have like an AMD fan over the CPU. Toshiba 1TB SSD drive. Only 500 watt power supply. That's garbage. And Ryzen 5. So yeah, it's really weak. I think it's only 8GB of RAM as well. I bought it 5 years ago, and yeah, it's on its way out. So new PC coming. Thanks and enjoy your food, I guess, and have some rest. Appreciate it, my friend. You as well. If you are in the UK or Europe, that is, then you are about to go to sleep. If not, then yeah, good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are. DM me on Twitter, or yeah, I'll send you a message to the PC anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up now. So yeah, GN Cowboy, good night, my friend. Greatest of all time. Goodbye. See you soon, friend. Yep, bi-ranged, mixed English with my native language, and it doesn't go very good. Oh, that's okay, my friend. Yeah, I was just a bit confused. Good night, man. Thanks for the amazing content. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Hope to see you in the next update. Hope to see you in the Discord. Hope to see you all there. Good night. Oh yeah, so yeah, good night, Cowboy. And Ape Tech as well. So yeah, good night. That's all the messages. So hope everyone had a good stream. That's all I've got for you today. As always, Cowboy out. Peace.